Following podcast contains strong language, graphic violence, the word hindendo, and a really bad movie. Viewer discretion is advised. Meteor
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 4 a.m. podcast. It's the podcast about movies, snacks, and all things nerdy. I am the hero that don't do shit. My name is Rob Man. And I am joined by these other cosmic experiments.
Golden Lord Tony.
Golden Brick. Darth Pushover.
Joe, Lord of the Golden Showers.
There we go. I was waiting for that. I was waiting for it.
You know I got you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
With a golden shower.
Unless I have meteor-related powers, then I'm not going to do any frickin' thing to help.
Oh, that reminds me. Yes, I wrote a list of his power set down here so I wouldn't forget
Good
all of
luck.
his abilities. Oh, I think it's pretty comprehensive. I may have missed one or two.
Whatever the fuck he wants, unless it's useful.
Yeah, whatever's the most convenient for the scene. Not for what he needs or what the community needs, but the scene.
So we watched Meteor Man from the year 1990-something. 1993. Jeez. Okay. Who has seen this film before today?
Nope. Even in 8th fucking grade, I knew
Yeah.
this was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
I saw the trailer, and I remember the part where he's blocking all the bullets, and I was like, nope.
Well, this
I do not
I
need to
remember
see
this
that.
this movie got panned like immediately.
Oh,
But like Robert Townsend, this is like his passion project,
Yeah.
right?
of sorts.
He wrote it and
Vanity
directed it.
project.
Vanity.
Yeah,
there you go. That's
we
the
can get into more of that later, but
yeah.
yeah. Which, by the way, this was notoriously a less than stellar film. So I have seen it, but this was I've seen it in quotation marks because I believe this is one that I played in the background when I worked at a video store because I heard of how bad it was, but it's PG.
Okay.
So,
How is it PG? They shoot the shit out of nothing, but they shoot.
There's no blood.
Yeah, there's no nudity. There's no blood.
There's one bit of blood.
Yeah,
There's a
when you got
handful
the
of blood.
bullets, yeah.
All right, I guess.
It's American PG, not
yeah,
European
fair.
PG.
All right, there you go.
well, also, if you want to get into this, it is
really.
directed by Robert Townsend, as you said.
So he blew up for this was at the height of his popularity. He like blew up for something. What the heck was it?
I don't remember this man.
No?
Yeah, I don't.
He had, like, a
know if
TV
he
show
blew
or
up.
something?
Yeah, he's been a consistent thing, basically. Well, okay, so more on that. So other movies he directed include.
Wait, he directed other movies.
He directed other movies, including Playing for Love, Blacklisted, and Hollywood Shuffle, as well as Baps.
I heard of Baps.
I've heard
Yes.
of Baps.
You might have heard of Baps. The
I've
other
played with
three you
Baps.
haven't heard of, starring Robert Townsend.
Okay.
So, that's the level he's at.
Okay.
To his credit, he has said, part of his thing, and I think that's the whole point of the movie Hollywood Shuffle, is, as a young black comedian, he couldn't really find roles, so he basically made roles for himself.
Okay.
It
Sort of a bit of a Neil Breen, if you will.
A bit. Except, I would say more lofty and
Tommy Wiseau.
useful goals than either.
All right.
I mean, at least I did see previews for this on TV as
Oh,
a
yeah.
movie
Yeah.
coming
Yeah.
to theaters, which I've never seen a Neil Breen or Tommy
Yeah,
Wiseau.
no.
I'll also say, Neil Breen, his character is perfect in his world, whereas at least Robert Townsend has enough sense to be like, my character needs
Is
to
useless and doesn't learn anything.
Well,
But at least, he starts off with somewhere to go.
But also, like, with the Neil Breens and so on,
Yeah.
he seems to have a message of the world is bad, but I am amazing and I'm going to destroy all the bad.
Because I'm an alien.
Or
Come to
whatever. Yeah, or whatever. Robert Townsend is more like, hey, I'm, an upcoming comedian. I know a bunch of other black comedians, but we can't seem to get work, so I'm going to try and make, give us a lift up on that. Like,
That's true. Eddie
that's
Griffin was
better.
hard up for roles.
Yeah.
Also,
He might have been.
the world is bad and somebody else should do something about
Right.
it.
Well,
I
Somebody.
think everyone else in this movie would have been better off not being in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't think he helped anyone here.
Like, if the Mask's big tagline was, somebody stop me, Meteor Man's would be, somebody help me.
somebody make me do
Somebody do this for me.
But again, whether you think he was successful or not is a different story. What he's
Well,
trying to
We'll
do
find out whether it was successful
is
or not.
something. But yeah, so supposedly this movie had a lot of trouble being made and so on. It's possible at one point or another there was another studio attached or something. But, again, nobody really wanted to do it, so he
Acme.
had to do it himself.
Acme Studio.
There were a lot of rewrites, and I'm gonna guess budget issues. So we have major characters and plot lines that come and go out of this movie like you wouldn't fucking believe. Just like flying in and out on the summer breeze. They did have to fight for a PG rating because they wanted to rate it at PG-13 because this is, you got violence and cocaine and people in their underwear and, pervy shit. But
yeah.
again, Robert Townsend wants to make family-oriented movies. He's trying. He's not doing a good job of it, but he's
Enter
trying.
Bill Cosby.
Well, yeah. And supposedly, like, the main character of this is based off of a teacher that he had and even used his same name.
Meteor Man?
I would have sued if I was
Yes.
a teacher.
His teacher's name was Meteor Man.
It's spelled differently, though.
Yeah. Do you want to guess
MEATIER.
how much this movie cost?
1 million alive, 2 million dead.
Yeah. So this was about the same year as Jurassic Park, eh? Okay. That was
About the same quality.
Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm sorry. That was the other note I forgot. I guess this was up for like I think it was a Saturn Award for best science fiction movie, but unsurprisingly got trashed by Jurassic Park.
wow.
Yeah, that was the only tidbit I knew was whatever awards it was nominated for, it lost to Jurassic Park.
Oh, I'm sure it got that Razzie it was looking for. So 15 million. That's what I'm gonna say.
10 million.
Whatever Cypress Hill costs.
yeah, he's
Oh, Simpsons were able to
giving
get
out a
them.
whole bunch of paychecks to people. And
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
I'll go,
I think handing a bunch of IOUs to people.
I don't know. I'll bump it to 20, I guess.
I believe that, or is that technically what Joe said?
No, I said 1 million.
Oh,
We'll
well,
call
you
it
said-
1.5 million because I said 1 million alive, 2 million dead.
Yeah, so
It was
that's
pretty
what threw me
dead.
off the 2 million dead. Anyway, yeah, it was dead and 2 million.
2 million is
Wow,
the
really?
budget?
2 million was the budget.
Wow.
Well,
all right.
this
You know, you see it
that
all on
explains
screen,
the
right?
this
whole
actually
different
changes things a
perspective.
little.
Yeah.
Huh.
Not the story or the acting, but the effects.
Which, by the way,
at
this
least.
this was like, as you said, something you saw trailers for. It had a major push for it, and a connection and small or short run comic series from Marvel.
Yeah, no,
This
I,
motherfucker met Spider-Man.
I don't remember that, but I remember seeing like the ads for this movie in the Marvel comics
Yeah.
I was buying.
Yeah, he met Spider-Man.
And I hope Spider-Man kicked the shit out.
Yeah.
of
Want
him.
to guess-
what that interaction was like.
To guess how much it made.
I'll tell you the meaning of loss, asshole.
It's entirely possible that this actually could have made money then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with my original answer of $15 million. I'm pretty sure
I'm
this
going to
was.
stick with my original answer of 2 million.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this got dragged by everyone that saw it. So
I feel like it got a lot of network airtime.
That doesn't.
Or doesn't account for box office, but
Oh, yeah. 3 million.
5.
Good job, John. You snaked it out there. It was $8 million.
Okay.
Which, by the way, just if you're keeping track, that's I believe it cost $3 million more than Stone Cold, but made $1 million less.
Wait,
Well, you said it cost $2 million.
No, $20 million to make.
Oh, it cost $20 million.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought you said 2.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you said
yeah.
two,
You said
too.
Joe was correct.
You said it, yeah.
Yeah.
That Joe was right with 2.
Oh, because
It
I'm
was
thrown
Joe.
out because you said $20 million with the fucker. God damn it! All right,
When did I say 20 million?
I don't think Joe said 20 million.
I swear. Did you not say 1 million alive, 20 million dead?
No,
2 million
2
dead.
million dead.
Oh,
'Cause
okay.
that's the line.
I
from
don't
the
know.
movie.
Whatever.
Yeah,
No,
that's the line
this-
from the movie.
This
Yeah.
movie sucks. It's killed my brain
Bart.
cells.
All right, so I won both.
All right, 20 million. I am no longer feeling better about the
No,
Yeah.
CGI in
now
this
I'm
film.
back to
Yeah.
feeling
Yeah, back to
terrible
being
about
garbage up and down.
Yeah, it was $20 million to make. $8 million.
And
it
I
earned.
don't
And-
want Joe to read this list of people.
Yeah, and yeah.
I forgot I got to do that.
It's so long
Also-
and embarrassing.
Yeah, apparently, since I brought up Stone Cold, apparently we had an inadvertent theme month of ineffective heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, heroes that it
Yeah,
would have been better off
but-
if they did
Okay,
nothing.
but here's the thing, though, is that Stone Cold at least tried.
Yeah.
He tried and failed. He was
Terribly.
bad at it the whole
Terribly.
time. But Meteor Man didn't even try.
No, I didn't say he didn't, but, you know. Or I didn't say he did. Whatever. Words.
Yeah.
Joe.
I think all of our brains are melted.
Joe, what happened?
$20 million, Joe. What is now? Using your discretion
Yep.
as to who to leave out. Obviously, we have to say all the stupid
So
bands and rap groups and nonsense that were in
other
this.
than Robert Townsend, I want to leave everyone else out because it's just like,
It's an embarrassment.
I feel bad that they were in this, but a lot of people were in this.
The most slumming it James Earl Jones you'll ever meet.
Holy crap. Yeah, James Earl Jones. Yet friggin' Robert Guillaume, he's been in a lot of things as Mr. Reed. Robert Townsend, we mentioned, was Jefferson Reed. His mom was Marla Gibbs. James Earl Jones slumming it as Mr. Moses. The bad guy, you have Roy Fegan as Simon. Don Cheadle is just there as like the bad guy's number
Don
one
Cheadle,
man.
yeah.
Goldilocks.
Yep, he was Goldilocks.
Before Don Cheadle really
Yep.
made a splash.
Eddie Griffin just sidekicking it up like you would usually do. Of course, Bill Cosby. Fucking
Of course.
Zeus is in here. Tiny Zeus Debo Lister.
Who?
The guy that broke his hand.
Oh,
punching
okay.
him. Yeah,
Okay.
he's
They can look straight at you.
Is
and
he a
look in
wrestler?
his
your
name's
eyes.
Tiny Lister. Yeah, he was in a wrestling movie called No Holds Barred, but then he later on became a wrestler with
Okay.
that character name of Zeus.
Zeus.
And then in the Friday movies, he's Debo, and I think he actually changed his name to have
did he?
Debo in it. Yeah, I think he was Tiny Debo Lister.
Okay.
Bill Cosby's in here as Marvin the Vagrant. Sinbad as Malik, and we'll talk about Sinbad when we get to him. Holy shit!
Keep it chilly.
When the names popped up on the credits, and it just said another bad creation. It's like, yeah, you're not lying there, movie. He plays
hoping
Jr. Junior Lords.
They. It's a them.
It's
a
a they?
group of people.
It's
Oh.
they. It's kid rappers.
Oh, it's a whole band.
You never heard the Spider-Man song?
I've heard the Spider-Man song.
Climb
What
the
up,
walls
Danger?
with superhuman powers.
Yeah, then we had friggin' Cypress Hill and Naughty by Nature as the Bloods and the Crips. I mean, I could keep going, but I
Yeah.
think we got the idea here. DJ Muggs.
Nah, we're
This
good. We're
also-
good.
Biz Marquee was fucking
yeah,
in
Biz
here.
Marquee.
Yeah.
God
He
damn.
deserves a shout out.
I made a comment about this. I didn't go into it because I thought, stupid me, thought it might amount to anything. But I was worried for a moment when Eddie Griffin is posing as Meteor Man that we'd have a time cop situation because Chris Tucker was there.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was afraid if they got too close, they might, I don't know, like they can't,
Don't cross
occupy
the
the same
streams.
space. Jesus.
Magnets with the same polarity.
Yeah.
Big Daddy Kane played
Yeah.
pirate. I'm going to put this away. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's-
yeah.
There are a lot of people in this.
And the main bad guy, like the
Simon.
no,
Or you mean
The
mob
Rid-
boss?
yeah, the Riddler.
Yeah, the
Frank
old-
Gorshin. Yeah.
Yeah.
dead ass Riddler.
As evil John Ratzenberger.
Basically, yeah.
And the sad thing is, a lot of these people acting their ass off. They're trying. Like James Earl Jones was doing a good job at whatever the fuck he was given to
The
do.
script wasn't doing him any favors.
Oh, when he was crying, he looked like he was legitimately crying.
Sure, when he was crying. But when he was talking, he was like he can't land on an accent or a region.
Imagine
or-
the direction he was getting, though.
Yeah.
And the script he
He's
had
like,
to work
here,
with.
say the dumbest thing possible. Also, we're going to put this boom mic on your head. Like, fuck, what do you want him to do?
We're just going to put it right in your afro.
Yes, sir. Would you like the kid or the play today?
Be the opposite of the dignified elder gentleman that you are.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I remember seeing that in the trailer, too. Seeing James Earl Jones with the kid in play hair. And I was like, nope.
Hello, fellow young kids.
Don't remember that.
Yeah, you down with OPP?
Oh God.
That killed me.
God. Hey, you know what? You know what
Speaking of
sucks?
killing
Meteor Man. You know what doesn't suck? Cheez-It brand cheese crackers.
Jesus is pretty good.
Cheez-Its
Typically.
are my favorite snack cracker.
They're pretty rad.
I will hear no.
If left unsupervised, I will eat an entire box of Cheez-Its.
Oh, yeah.
Word.
Well, that's why this one, the control
Yeah.
box is open. And it might not even be the first control box.
That's fair.
I'm about to go to the store today to buy a new control box.
Sometimes when I get home from work, I get high. And when I'm high, I eat Cheez-Its. And Cheez-Its put out new flavors every once in a while. And today we have a smoked cheddar Cheez-It flavor.
Interesting.
We have a bold cheddar Cheez-It Grooves.
Oh.
I'm not a fan of the grooves. This box is also open because my wife likes grooves.
Bet she does.
She likes my grooves. By grooves, I mean folds. And by like, I mean is disgusted by. Cheesy taco
I bet she does.
Keep getting more and more.
and hot and spicy.
Oh, for fuck's
Of
sake.
course.
Wait, there was supposed to be another one. Shite. I never got it. I have
There's
failed
always
you all.
got to be a hot and spicy in there.
There was
Yeah.
also supposed to be a smoked Gouda.
Oh.
Oh, of
That-
course, the best
yeah.
one.
You know what? I'll have it next time, you fucking bitches. I was traumatized by this film.
It's all ruined.
When I was in high school, my
scrap it.
nickname for boobies was Cheez-Its.
That explains, unfortunately, a lot. Where shall
It
we
leaves you with more questions, but does explain a lot.
Should we
He
start
didn't
with
get
the
to taste
control,
either till he
or
was
should
in
we
his
start with one of the
30s.
flavors?
Why don't we start with the control?
Yeah, start with the control.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
I also have 2 flavors of Gatorade. These are Gatorade mashups. Lemon lime and orange in one bottle.
No.
Well, I mean, where-
Alleged citrus flavor.
listen,
Is that what it
and
says on there?
Cool Blue and Fruit Punch.
Oh my.
Are-
It is gray.
Yeah, they couldn't have even made it purple.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Whoa. Can we also start with Cool Blue is not a flavor? What
It
the
is.
fuck?
It is a
Blue
Gatorade
is totally
flavor.
a flavor.
No, it is not. I understand in the Gatorade world they call it
Okay,
one.
but it's a
I
flavor.
bet
mashup.
you.
Blue
I
is
bet
totally
you,
an artificial flavor.
It's not
Hey,
a good one.
Yeah.
What does that say right there?
I bet you if you put that in a snow cone or a slushy and
Go
I
ahead.
handed it to you, you'd know what it would taste like.
Read it for everyone to hear.
2 iconic flavors.
No,
in-
underneath that. Oh, above that. Sorry.
Oh,
the small
artificial flavor.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, well, but we're not even pretending like
No,
that's just.
it's Gatorade.
Okay.
It's not real flavors. It's colors, and you like it
So then why not just say the 2 flavors are blue and red, and that's how you got gray?
because that doesn't hydrate.
So I like that's how you got gray.
That's not supposed to make gray.
It's not, but
I like the idea of them in the future just being like, yeah, it's blue number 30. Just naming
the
it,
flavor.
naming the
yeah,
flavor
we're
by
just
the
not
food
even
coloring.
trying. We are slowly devolving to now. Yeah, I mean, like I understand, like purple stuff and whatever, but It's ultimately that's not.
Also, life hack. My wife sent me a TikTok, which I don't recommend. Oh, we probably don't need that many each, but I'll give a smattering here. It's probably good. If you check on the box of Cheez-Its, you can determine what factory they were made in. Because the number by the barcode will have either a K or a different letter. The K means it was made in their Kansas or Kentucky factory, which is the best one.
It's Korea.
Korea, yeah. So I check all my cheese boxes, make sure they're from Korea.
It's gonna be a fucking tariff on cheeses.
Yeah. What is the other one? Do you know?
I don't know. There's like a P or something, maybe Pennsylvania, some shitty place that makes bad Cheez-Its.
All right.
Good to know.
All right, regular ass
classic
Cheez-Its
Cheez-Its.
going
Sonic
in.
Cheez-It. No surprises. It's very good.
Yeah,
Yep.
I like Jesus.
Looks good, tastes good.
Got a little salt on there.
Has like a faux brownish pretzel kind of sheen to it.
Yeah.
Got good texture.
Yeah. I tend to go with like the white cheddar. I think it is.
Yeah.
I actually prefer them when they're just a little bit less done than this. You get a little more of a pop in your mouth.
Well, it does
You sure
leave
you don't like Pennsylvania?
orange dust and grease on your hands. Minimal amounts, not unmanageable.
I know it would be a very, very terrible flavor combination
Whatever we're about to drink.
if they did Cheez-Its with Pop Rocks.
Okay.
He's
Because
not
they
wrong.
did that with
combination.
they did that with what, Oreos? Didn't we try that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That
Yeah.
was terrible.
Yeah. So poisoning Cheez-Its with Pop Rocks.
No, that's good. I'm happy.
All right.
Do we want the hot and spicy first, or do we want to save that for last? Because that's probably gonna.
Probably save that for last, just in
I
case.
have a hard time believing that they're going to be that hot and or spicy. But
Yeah, I know they are, but
I think they'll be just enough to fuck it up.
All right. So you want to
That
do
is
this
my
last
concern.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
we want to go to smoked cheddar, keeping on the cheddar train, or what are you thinking?
then? Yes, let me know.
The choice is yours.
Do it for it, Joe.
You want to pop them open?
Sure thing. So smoked cheddar, naturally flavored, which means they actually smoked these.
I would dare say the Cheez-Its we just ate tasted kind of smoked.
Yeah.
a little.
Just burnt
As
a
if
little.
they were baked
Yeah.
even.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think maybe they were baked a little longer than typical.
These do have speckles on them.
Okay, yeah, there's some little black spots.
Pass them around.
Black spots equal smoked.
It's not roach shit. Don't worry.
This bag was sealed.
Are you sure?
I'm not. I'm sure of nothing.
Cleanse my palate with a little Mountain Dew.
They definitely smell different. I will absolutely say that.
I'm using some Dr. Pepper as my cleanser.
It smells like smoked Gouda.
But they're not the smoked.
But they're not the smoked
No,
Gouda.
they're smoked cheddar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Smoked
yeah, they do
Gouda.
smell
does
more
have-
cheddar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it is, yeah, it definitely has a smoked smell to it.
Oh, yeah.
That's promising.
passes the smell test. It's going in.
Yep.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
not bad
yeah.
at all.
Oh, those are good.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I would
Wow.
dare say that's better than a normal Cheez-It.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow.
almost agreeing with you.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
hits hard in the right ways.
Yeah, this
real.
is one of the few times we've tried something where it improved on the original.
Damn.
Yeah, no, I do like that.
I
But
didn't think
give
you
the-
could beat.
I'd give
original
this an A
Cheez-Its.
plus. This
Yeah.
is amazing.
Hot
It
damn.
boldly walked into my mouth and declared, I am king here.
Does this have any info on it? Is this like limited time or? It
I
just
hope
says
not.
new flavor.
I hope it's here to stay.
Smoked cheddar. Naturally flavored.
That's a damn good cracker.
Yeah, that is amazing.
yeah, no, if that's what the smoked cheddar tastes like,
Natural
or
flavor
smoked
including
Gouda.
smoke.
I look forward to the Gouda.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, it counts smoke as a natural flavor?
Yeah.
I don't know. Those black specks are magic.
It's just like creosote.
Well, yeah, I'm certain in another, 5 to 10 years we're going to find out something on this is giving us cancer or whatever. But
That's
in the
everything.
meantime, I'm going to eat the fuck out of them.
You want these grooves?
That's an easy A right there, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's creeping up on S. Like Cheez-It for me is like
I'm fine with that.
Oh, if
Top
yeah,
tier.
if S is an option, and it's
Yeah.
it's S. A was the highest on my scale.
that's wild. Okay, was
All right.
not expecting
Good job,
that at
good
all.
job, Cheez It. Even if you
Coming
fuck
out
everything else up,
swinging.
you already did good.
Let's get grooves kind of
Sure,
out of the way here.
It's open. Why not?
It's open already, yeah.
get our groove on.
This is bold cheddar.
Bold,
cheddar. And a slightly different style to the
Yeah,
Cheez-Its.
I'm not a fan of the texture of the grooves.
Forgive my negativity, but after that last,
They're bigger.
the last one we just had, like this can't be better.
It's gonna be hard to top that.
Yeah, I find it hard to believe it would, but
Like Robert Townsend, we peaked early.
It
It's
does.
just all downhill from
It's
here.
kind of like not a wheat thin. What's it?
It does have.
Oh no,
kind
it
of
is like a wheat thin.
It
Yeah,
is like a
Yeah.
yeah.
like a wheat thin sort of.
or Triscuit kind of
Look.
thing.
Doesn't smell bold.
Like Robert Townsend, it is not bold.
It is
Yeah.
not bold.
These are bigger than a normal cheese.
Kind of like
They are,
macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are bigger.
all right. It does have specks on it.
Going in.
Yeah, this the smell is a lot lower.
I mean, that's not bad.
That's pretty good.
It's bold. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not smoked cheddar, but it's pretty good.
It's not bad.
I can see why you don't like the texture.
I don't like the crunch of it.
It's not a Cheez-It.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want
It
that
tastes
puffy.
like something else.
There's no collapse that a cheese.
Yeah, it's very flat. It's a flat.
But
bread
they're
kind
good.
of-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'd still rate this as an A.
It's a B for me.
No.
Yeah, I don't know if this is really a member of the Cheez-It family, like if it should be, but it's still good. Yeah, it's like a B.
This is like if somebody took the cheese flavor from Sun Chips and put it on a wheat thin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's definitely not bad.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah,
more
yeah,
wheat thin like.
I'd give it a B.
Probably why my wife likes them. 'Cause she likes Sun Chips a lot.
They got a little bit of kick to them too.
I like Sun
Well,
Chips.
they're
I like
bold.
wheat thins.
That's the boldness you're tasting.
Yeah.
You know, I don't usually like it when someone's like bold, but like that's pretty bold. It's a pretty bold flavor.
It's a bold move and a bold cheddar.
You actually pick up the boldness.
Now,
Cheesy taco.
this one I'm not sure.
We're
All right.
we're 2 for 2 so far. There's a lot of pressure on cheesy
Yeah, there's
taco.
a lot of pressure on cheesy taco.
Because we know hot and spicy's probably not going to work.
These are limited time only.
They make a cream for that.
All right, they have glued the shit out of this cheesy taco box.
I will also say at this point,
I'm talking about.
I will say at this point,
That sounds
I have
sticky.
more. I have more hope for hot and spicy even.
Than this taco.
Not more than taco, but just like in general, like
Well, I'm thinking about what was the last taco
They are
flavored
doing-
thing we tasted that was like atrocious.
It was wasn't it like a Dorito?
Oh, it was the
I think the Cheetos or
oh
something.
the Lay's chips. I think.
Oh yeah,
maybe
yeah,
the
that
Lay's.
was
Okay.
that was wrong.
All right, these also have speckles. As
Speckles
you know,
seem
would
to
expect.
be good, you know.
Now we've
Oh, these have a lot of speckles.
Speckles are taco seasoning.
Yeah.
All right.
so we've had bold. What
Yep.
kind of flavor do you think italic would be?
It
Oregano.
smells vaguely
Oregano.
like taco.
It does smell like taco seasoning. But if they just dump taco seasoning on a
Yeah.
cheese, I'm gonna be upset.
It's, it's like one bag of taco seasoning in a whole vat of Cheez-Its.
Yeah. All right, this cheese it has a hefty covering of the powder on it. So,
I'm going for my most powdered one first.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Huh.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, no, it's good, but it is definitely different.
Like I'm okay with it, but I definitely
Yeah.
want a normal Cheez-It more than this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas the last two, I'm like, I could have those instead of a Cheez-It and still be happy.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I would demolish this box.
Oh yeah. I still. This,
I don't think it's as good as the other two.
No, but for me, this is probably still somewhere in like the B range.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
at like
This is
B
a-
minus C plus.
Yeah, this is
kinda.
a C for me.
I'm gonna it's a C, maybe even a D because
Wow.
I wouldn't seek them out.
I give these.
And
a
I
B
had just
plus.
had Mexican. I don't have anything against Mexican.
Yeah, but this
food.
isn't like it doesn't taste like Mexican food. It literally just tastes like a packet of tacos.
Yeah.
It's like it's
Yeah, more or
shitty
less.
Mexican food. It's like it's
not-
like Taco Bell from the early
This
'90s.
is like McCormick.
I'm not
It's not
getting a
even-
lot of the cheesy either.
Yeah, this is not even like old El Paso. This is like
Yeah,
McCormick
McCormick.
tacos.
But it's still like, for me, one of the big things is like, yes, not just is it better, does it improve on the original or whatever, but like when you want a variety, like if you ever are just like, you know what, I've had a ton of Cheez-Its, I want to try a different flavor.
Yeah.
What would you pick, or like, is it worth trying?
Now you
And
put all,
that's it's
Like-
acceptable.
you put these
Yeah.
all in a bowl together.
I could see that.
Might be
Yeah.
pretty good. Pretty good
Nice
snack
little
mix.
mixture.
Cheese it roulette.
Yeah, you could. I mean, Doritos does that.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, like, I would be happy if I ended up with any of them. Like, if I just reached my hand into a random bag,
Yeah.
I'd obviously hope it'd be the smoked cheddar, but I wouldn't be mad if it was cheesy
so-
taco.
I don't know
I will-
about a handful of a little of each, but
I will tell you, having had these, I can taste the spice in there. So I'm actually expecting this to be
Oh my
a little
god.
more
actually
spicy.
spicy.
Yeah.
Rob just took a whiff of it.
Which I don't know.
To quote
is gonna be a good thing.
Goliath, the gargoyle, jalapeno.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just smells like jalapeno.
Maybe you should skip this, John.
No, you don't get to skip it. If John can force me to drink
I'm gonna
fucking
let you
caffeine,
pour your own there.
Didn't he let you skip that?
no,
Oh, okay.
he made me drink.
That,
He said
yeah,
just a
that's
little.
just a jalapeno.
Which one did I peer pressure you into?
It was some soda. I don't remember.
It was probably one of the Mountain Dews.
Yeah, it was like the weird, super dark one. I think.
The black one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn
Oh
my
God! Yeah, that smells,
Everything
That
black?
smells like pain.
Just eat one.
Oh wow! Yeah.
It's a Cheez-It. It's not drop dead Bob's ass
Ooh.
kicking.
Yeah.
Wow, like
scent
even
has strength.
even I am like, wow, that's got a scent to it.
It's got jalapeno powder on it, which is the pussiest of the peppers.
There
Well,
we
I
go.
would say a bell pepper is the pussiest of the peppers.
I am a little
Pussiest of the
scared
hot
now,
pepper.
though.
Well, when you have no more epithelial cells left on your esophagus, it's not quite so pussy anymore.
Well, I'll
You know-
coat it with my dick juice if you
I
want.
didn't get any spice though.
I got a little bit of spice, like right on the back of my tongue, and that's about it. It's not bad.
I'm trying to
Yeah,
remember it.
I'm
trying-
actually kind of disappointed.
It smells a lot better than it tastes.
Yeah, it's kind
I
of
don't think it tastes bad. Like I wouldn't want the box of these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet Sharon
Yeah, it
will like
definitely
these.
smells hotter than
yeah.
Yeah.
than it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste bad. I would say that it tastes flat
I'm still gonna give my
or
other two
bland
to Rick.
compared to certainly compared to how it smells. But I would even say these are definitely more mild than the taco. And I would
Yeah.
say that they're about as mild as the non-taco ones that we
Yeah.
had.
It is more mild than the taco.
They're
you are
actually,
right.
That
I
was
would
weird.
actually say a regular vanilla Cheez-It has more flavor than these.
I don't know if I'd go that far. It's a different flavor.
I mean, I'd still give it like a C, but
Yeah,
I don't really.
give
it a Yeah, I don't C. hate
I don't
'em.
really want it, but
Yeah.
it's not. It's not bad. Yeah, honestly though, like none of these failed. None of them.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of them brought it down. The hot and spicy is the weakest, but like that is it's pretty much just like a
But again, if that were mixed in with all the others, like I'd be like,
Oh, I wouldn't
got
care.
a little,
Yeah.
little spice now and then. It's nice.
Yeah, and one of them possibly beat the original.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
smoked cheddar is pretty damn
That
good.
smoked cheddar is amazing.
I will say if you wanted to if you were into spicy, maybe mix the hot and spicy with the taco. Those would probably be a good mix.
Maybe.
Yep.
So, lemon lime orange or a cool blue fruit punch. What do you want to try first?
The cool blue fruit punch has to be the worst. So
Really?
get that out of the way.
I'm expecting the other one to be worse.
Now, I'm sorry
Yeah, I
I didn't
don't
bring
Because at least the other two are actual flavors instead of cool blue. Is
Sorry I
toothpaste.
didn't bring controls for all of the
That when I think cool blue,
Gatorade flavors.
like
I think 7-Eleven and Slurpees.
no,
You know
I
what?
think wiper fluid.
Now that we have it out of the bottle, it is a little more purple.
blue Slurpee is blue like blue raspberry. That's totally different.
All right. Let me I got to drink some water because all I can taste right now is the jalapeno Cheez-It.
Yeah, I do kind of.
That smells like Gatorade.
Yeah.
But which color of Gatorade?
Does it smell more blue or red?
Blue.
It smells. I don't know. To me, it smells more red, which I
It
would
does.
prefer.
It smells kind of purple. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you.
Kinda smells
Smells like
Purple
diamond
is
tap
fake
to me.
grape.
purple. It does. It just smells like grape juice.
I'm drinking
All right.
All right.
Don't forget the
it.
gargle.
Yeah, it's just Gatorade.
Yeah, no, that I dig that
It
flavor.
actually tastes kind of like
That's actually kind of refreshing.
there's like a Kool-Aid burst or something.
I think that's the cool part of the cool blue.
Yeah.
You're getting
Diluted
that
dime
note.
tap for me.
Yeah, it is. It is like
It is
diluted
pretty much
something.
just diluted tab, I think, but
Okay. Okay.
yeah, it's certainly better than I was expecting. I will start with that.
Dimetap, king of the juice.
All right. I'm just gonna.
If you're gonna go for cough medicine, you got to go
Yeah,
for the
Diamond-
grape
I'll
flavor.
just
Yeah.
pass the bottle around. You guys can pour your own. This is also very light in color.
Ow.
Very unhealthy urine sample.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Like tainted urine sample.
it's got like a semi-cloudy, right on the border of like you should probably be hydrating more kind of pea
Yeah,
color.
this is like my Saturday morning pee. After all the
Bottoms up,
Cheez-Its,
Tony.
after all the Cheez-Its are gone and the pizza's been shat out.
Yeah, no, this is legitimately like the color of urine.
All right, well let's see if it tastes better. Than
This is orange and lemon lime.
I do not like the smell.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah,
smell.
that's
That's not a
lemon
good
lime.
smell.
The lemon lime coming through.
That's definitely worse.
Yeah.
I'm getting kind of an aftertaste that's a little weird too.
So to me, this is like, oh yeah, the aftertaste is weird. That just hit.
That's the yellow.
Yeah.
That's the lemon lime Gatorade.
That's all I'm getting is lemon lime.
This tastes almost like one of those
Yeah.
little, one of those little shitty jug juices,
Yeah,
like watered down.
with the foil cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
even
definitely
then,
prefer
it's-
the other one.
It's not of a proper flavor. It's like, here's lemon
Yeah.
lime, but
Yeah.
also something fell in the vat. Don't worry about it.
Well,
We're going to say it's an orange.
It's
so-
pea.
Probably.
so yeah, the red, the
Industrial clean.
purple one was definitely better out of the two. I
Yeah,
Yeah,
would say.
surprisingly it was.
Like I would probably drink that purple one.
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah, the yellow one's looks like it tastes kind of pissy.
Honestly, though, this has been a high performing
Yeah.
round of
Yeah,
snack
yeah,
tasting.
yeah.
I don't think any of them outright failed.
No,
That,
like
that
the-
lemon lime, I'd still give like a C minus.
Yeah, it's still drinkable. It's like it's
Oh, yeah.
not. I'm not gonna seek it out, but like I wouldn't turn it down if it was hot and somebody offered it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
pretty
looking
good,
to spit it out.
pretty
I'm not-
good round.
What
Big
if-
ups, cheese it.
What if it was hot and somebody offered it to you?
Well, I mean, this wasn't refrigerated, so
Yeah, it was kind of.
What if it was sitting in like their car on a summer day for a while?
I'd probably turn it down. Depending on how thirsty I was.
Honestly, I think that would make the lemon lime orange thing worse.
Well, of
Like
course
by a
it would.
lot.
Yeah.
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 might make
that's
it
what I'm
better.
saying.
You never know.
No, I
True, but-
I feel like it would.
All right, I'll do an experiment later, and I'll microwave some.
Yeah.
But these,
Might void the warranty.
for our taste, have all performed well.
Yep.
yeah.
They really have.
But not everything performs well.
That's right.
So,
Oh,
Yeah.
That's a good segue. Tony.
yeah.
my sex life then.
Well done.
Well,
Yeah. So this movie.
we start the film in the middle of a green tinted version of the Superman credits.
Yeah.
Just ripping off the font, and the music's trying real hard to be Superman.
Oh yeah.
And then
Rob pointed out, like, they did have a little dash of Star Wars and Ghostbusters in there, too.
Yeah, like it starts out like doo-doo,
Yeah.
doo-doo-doo, and then it goes doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, like the Star Wars whole moving down to the planet kind of a bullshit sound.
and we get a big crappy meteor on the scene.
It's a real bad meteor.
And then
Oh, well.
that's fucking Ryu throws a Hadouken at it, and it
Yeah, they
explodes
never
like a
explain
Death Star.
what the hell that even is.
I think it was a big asteroid.
Yeah.
And then it got hit by a comet.
Yeah.
And
Creating
then that's what
meteors.
created the meteor.
Became a meteor.
But it-
here's the problem. It didn't explode like the Death Star, because the Death Star they intentionally made explode like something in space. This just starts raining down because they don't have the budget for that shit.
Well, it's a cheaper made Death Star.
Well, turns out they did have the budget for that. 20 million, you could do it. You could do it with that.
They didn't have
do better.
the patience or the desire.
A good explosion or James Earl Jones.
Yeah, either way,
Fair.
do something better than hit it with Ryu's Hadouken.
Hoboken!
Yeah, at least a Blanca ball or something.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Well, if
gonna
it was
get-
just Blanca in a ball, like flying through space.
it's gonna get worse.
Oh, yeah.
Let's strap in now.
All right. So a green chunk of it flies towards Earth. And then it just says Washington, D.C. Now!
Now!
All caps.
With an exclamation point.
Yep. Like right now. Cue the Michael Jackson song that I've never heard before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
True.
wild. I was surprised. That
Yeah, it's hiding in this movie for years now.
Is it yeah, I didn't catch on like that Free Willy one did.
I can't imagine why.
It's just, shots of Washington, D.C. At one point, it does just say another bad creation on the screen, and you're like, yep,
Yep.
That's Washington, D.C.
yep. And
This movie.
our main character is being woken up by a pupper. Probably my favorite character. No, I don't even like the dog, because once he starts talking, fuck
yeah,
him.
that sucks.
Yeah.
No, if you want a favorite character and a dog, the bulldog wearing that little derby hat.
Yeah, all right, that was pretty cool.
That's
Listen,
where it's
my
at.
favorite character was hands down Meteor Man's dad.
Yeah.
Period.
Robert Guillaume.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did stuff.
He actually gave a shit. He was not afraid to stand up for himself.
He's a proper fucking boomer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking bunch of fucking Draco Malfoy standing in my way.
I mean,
Get the fuck
really,
out of my face.
like, it took a Zeus to bring him down.
Actually, yes. As a matter of fact.
Like, I bet if they sicked a Don Cheadle on him, it wouldn't, like,
No, they
it
did.
would take,
That's
like,
what
multiple Don
that was the
Cheadles.
first interaction with
Yeah.
the Don Cheadle.
He knew better than to
Said,
fuck
Get
with
out
this
of my
guy.
He
face.
stomped right on Don Cheadle's crack.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Don't bring me
All right,
down.
we're getting ahead of
All right,
ourselves.
so we meet our main character for this movie, Jefferson Reed. He goes
Sucks.
and he talks to Mr. Moses, who's wearing a really unfortunate wig.
Amongst a pile of unfortunate
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a selection.
He has a bunch of wigs to choose from. They all
Mr.
suck.
Moses is James Earl Jones.
Yep.
Yeah. But again, just to point out, I want people to really focus on how when Joe said we see our main character and all of us gave a sigh.
Yeah.
That's this movie right there.
Yeah.
Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Hair
Like-
Pieces.
This man walks to a bunch of places, but I'd hesitate to say that he does anything.
He
doesn't.
He cowers, yeah.
He doesn't do shit.
Like, things happen with him on the screen, but he doesn't do anything.
Well, he occasionally reacts to things, but he
Mm-hmm.
never like pursues anything. You know?
Well, he does
Like,
often think of the worst way to solve a problem.
Suppose.
Doesn't enact on it, but
oh, okay, fair.
thinks about it.
So, Mr. Moses is like, check it out. I'm going to give you some information that'll be relevant like 80 minutes later and not pay off.
Not really.
Because he asks to like trade records with him. Mr. Reed does. And Mr. Moses is like, I would never give up my records for anything. So it's going to mean a whole lot when I throw one out the window later.
Foreshadowing.
But it won't because
But,
we'll
yeah.
be so checked out by that point.
Exactly.
Well, also there'll be like 30 other subplots or whatever that
Yeah.
went nowhere that you forgot about it.
And now,
He threw them out the window.
yeah. Jeff here, our main character, turns out he's a bass player in a jazz trio. And he's got a concert tonight.
Not shown.
Very briefly.
Yeah.
Does this mean anything for
Nope.
anything? Nope.
When,
Never even shows the third person in his trio, as far as I know.
correct. Well, when he arrives at school, we meet Eddie Griffith, he's like a science teacher there, and he debuts his device, which is a crowd vibration sensor, and it's gonna make sure that their concert is top notch, because they could sense the crowd's vibrations.
Their vibes.
Oh, also that's very interesting, Joe. So he's something of a scientist and an inventor.
He will say one more science-related thing later on in this film that isn't true.
You mean so he's not going to go on to become like the person who creates all the Batman gear for this new superhero?
No, not at all.
Oh, well, I'm glad we set that up then.
Yeah.
Nor will he hang himself from a tree like John Leguizamo in The Happening. Or whatever happens to John Leguizamo in that movie.
What?
So
Okay.
weird segue. But
Well, the
all right.
the two of them just remind me of Mark Wahlberg and John Leguizamo from The Happening.
Okay. No.
Devoid of any
What?
person.
No.
Yeah, kind of the same guy. Like, no, man, I'm not eyeing your lemon drink.
A bit of a walk to get there, but I see it.
Yeah.
Just shitty
Well, the
teachers.
teachers, yeah.
No personality. Yeah, okay. Bad writing.
As he's
Yeah.
walking into the office, he runs into a kid named Little Dre, who he bumps into, and Little Dre drops his comic book and he tells Mr. Reed to keep it. And then we find out that Mr. Reed is in trouble because he told a kid not to stand up to people, that he should run away, hide, and eat his lunch quickly. He's like, I said rapidly.
Yeah, and at this point, I was like, the parents are correct entirely. Fire this teacher. Get him away from your children.
Well, to be fair, like in a school shooting drill, like that is probably
There's
That's
a
not a thing
difference
yet.
between a school shooting drill and just standing up to bullies who want to take
Yes.
your lunch money.
I will say one thing though. You see what happened to this kid? Like when he ran and hid?
Yeah, that's what I was
Yep.
saying. You run and hide. Yeah.
Well, do you think what would happen if he stood up to that person?
Yeah.
The kid would
Yup.
be
he
dead.
might, he
That's
might
what
be
I
a part
wanna
of their
know.
gang now.
Oh, that's the better option.
Well, the
Yeah.
difference is
Join the gang.
he wasn't fighting back.
I guess.
Yeah,
If he
they
fought-
found him and he put his little hands behind his back and started crying. He said,
If-
I'm an alcoholic. I can't help myself.
Again, if
I'm
that's
8 and I'm an
the
alcoholic.
point of this, that would be something. But we don't make that clear at all. So I was just like, why did running make him more likely to get his ass kicked?
Kid, just do what I do. Hide in a dumpster for 5 hours.
Yeah.
5 hours. What the fuck?
You did actually do the math because I didn't.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
frankly,
yeah.
yes, I made that decision, but I also used all of the context clues throughout the rest of the movie to
Well,
come
yeah.
to that conclusion.
Yes, but see, well, first of all, you can't really depend on, like, because I don't know about you. When watching this, at that point, I didn't have those other clues yet.
No, I
So,
get it.
like, you know.
But then at
It's-
that point, I was like, well, that's a weird thing to say to a kid, but all right, let's see what happens.
But he also, like, this isn't like a thing where he learns, I guess he learns to stick up for himself, kind of, maybe?
Who?
The lead here. What is
No,
Meteor Man.
he doesn't. He even explains that part of his superpowers were the fact that he lost his ability to feel fear.
Yeah, but that's why
I'm like,
I'm saying,
that's not
like, I don't-
character development.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just
why I'm like, I don't know what
You're just on drugs now.
I don't know what this movie is. Yeah. Like,
He also right before the climax of this movie, he tells people that, like, you know,
can't
you're
do
not
anything.
doing anything. You're just pretending the gangs doesn't exist. It's like, motherfucker, you have superpower. Right. Stop them.
You
Yeah,
could have
and
done
you've
this
done
a
nothing.
long time ago.
Yeah. Anyway,
also, you're teaching the next generation to hide from that shit.
so now, like, the first time we saw James Earl Jones, he had, like, unfortunate hair. Now he has straight up kid and play hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walking down the street with Jeff and
What is
Jeff's
kid
dad.
play hair?
This hair.
This hair, yeah.
So
the tall, like
It's like a
I thought
high
that was
top
like-
faded,
yeah, I
but it's
thought
like
that
a
was-
foot
There-
tall.
There's there was a rap group in the early 90s called Kid and Play that did movies
okay.
called House Party, and one of them had a giant, like, super tall high top.
Okay. All right.
I forgot if that was Kid or Play.
Yeah.
Appreciate the.
They probably have
I wanna
forgotten
say
at this
play, but I
point
don't
too.
remember either. Yeah.
So Now, Jeff's like, we got to cross the street because Don Cheadle's over there dealing drugs, and there's way too many people with the same hair color. They're like, their theme and branding is on point. His dad is like, fuck that. That's just Don Cheadle. Watch this. I'm going to walk through there. He walks into this drug deal and just knocks this like crack rock or whatever, crack vial down onto the ground. And Don Cheadle's like, oh, you're clumsy, old man. Let me just bend down and pick this up.
You're lucky that didn't break.
Yeah. Go ahead.
To which he begins to bend down to pick it up, and the old man just fucking stomps right on that crack.
Right on.
Like twists his foot around, drags his foot on it.
Yeah, and Don Cheadle's like, I know there's like 7 of us and 1 of you, but I gotta go.
Well, no, he's about to fuck him up,
Yeah.
but then the cops roll
Yeah.
behind.
No, he's not. He's about to try.
Well,
Yeah, he's
fair,
about to
fair,
get fucked up.
fair. My favorite part of the scene, though, is just watching this sad crackhead have to walk away with his, I'm guessing, stolen VCR or whatever he
Yeah.
had under his arm there. Like, oh, my crack is broken. Oh, what am I going to do now?
Guess I'll have to fill this VCR with peanut butter and have sex with it.
Jeez.
Make sure to push play while you do.
Kid and play.
So now Jeff, he's got his base. He's going to his concert. His car doesn't start. So
His
he leaves
car
his
doesn't
base.
start because he never put
Gas,
gas in
yeah.
it.
Yes.
He
So
drove
which-
home on an empty tank.
If you attempt to start a car with no gas in it, you will destroy your gas pump.
Good.
It sucks.
Well, it's probably his parents' car, too.
Yes.
So now he goes to find his parents that are having like a neighborhood watch meeting. And James Earl Jones is like, you crazy motherfuckers, I'm going to get shot and I'm going to get a whistle shoved up my butt. Because they want them to basically do a neighborhood watch where they're all wearing like Make America Great hats and they have whistles to like call attention to
Yep.
crimes happening, to tell people to call the police.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. The neighborhood's like, they're just going to shoot us.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it is, they're trying to make a
Yeah.
difference. They're the
Yeah.
only people in this movie trying to make a difference.
They only shoot superheroes.
So he gets $10 from his mom, comes back out of the meeting, and this car's broken into, his base is stolen, his radio's stolen. They left 2 bottles on the ground that he has to go recycle.
Joe Pesci's there for some reason.
Rapping, too. It's terrible.
awful.
It's doing the My Cousin Vinny song.
I was thinking of the super, but all right.
And now he walks in an alleyway,
God, I
and he
forgot
sees
about
the
that
shadows of this woman getting robbed by Little Dre, and I forget the other kid's name. Squirrel. And these 2 little kids have knocked this full-grown woman to the ground
She's
and are
a
going through.
grown-ass woman!
Yeah.
One of the kids is like choking her out.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's like, these kids could be pretty strong, but they're like half her size.
they're- yeah.
Full-grown
they're like
adult,
6.
man.
Yeah, like she could just fucking kick them.
Yes.
Also,
How did that child
even if
wrestle
he
your
got you to
person
the
then?
ground, you just grab him, throw him down, start
Just
wailing on him.
Spank him.
Yeah.
Or punch him in his little balls. Like, fuck.
So this movie gets real weird really fast.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
he steps up to these 2 kids, like, what are you doing? And literally, in the span of like 5 seconds, a man with a slinky, Zeus, and a fucking tiger come out of the shadows.
Yeah, it's
Along with the whole Draco Malfoy mod
Yeah.
squad or whatever here.
Well,
Yeah.
with a
Yeah.
3-generation army of goons.
And they were all jacking it in the shadows to this mugging
Oh,
happening.
even the
They
tiger.
were- Yeah. Well, the tiger was, the lead instructor.
Yeah.
So these
Jacking
guys
it.
are all dressed in
Leave
black
the tiger at us.
black clothes with yellow or gold accent colors, and all of them, to a man, have had their hair bleached.
They're the gold
And,
lords.
Yeah, they are golden blonde.
But I mean, he's got like the little kids, then he's got like teenagers, then he's got the adults.
the
He's-
little kids are the baby lords.
the baby lord, yep.
Yeah.
And
What are the middle
Junior
ones?
lords.
Junior lords, which is another bad creation. Is
Yep.
part of the junior lords.
Also, if anyone can follow this whole group looks like if you crossed Wesley Snipes from Demolition Man with whoever Patrick was in Double Dragon.
Oh no!
If anyone remembers that and can mix those two in their head, that's this gang.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not a good place to be.
And the bad guys thinks he carries a slinky.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not the Golden Lords. They're the Golden Speds.
Yeah,
Yeah. The Golden Tards.
they sit at the front of the death cheese bus.
The G-Tards.
So, but there's still like 30 of them.
Sure.
And,
a tiger.
one of them is Zeus
And a
Lister.
tiger.
Yeah, and a fucking tiger.
If you can get into his very narrow line of sight, Lister will take you down.
So
So also just to take a moment to check in here. A lot of weirdness in this movie.
yeah,
Anybody laughing yet?
no,
No.
humor.
No, not really.
Yeah, but more things that just make you ask why than things that make you go, huh? So the Golden Lords chase him while going, Lords, Lords, Lords. It's like, you might be able to run faster if you weren't doing that. But he hides in a dumpster for 5 hours.
5 hours.
Hours.
And Squirrel even opens the dumpster that he's in,
Yep.
looks inside, and is so disgusted by this coward of I'll say man, this coward of
better
a
word.
person. He just says, nobody's in here. It shuts
Yep.
the lid. It's like not even out of like, oh, this is my teacher and I feel bad. It's just like, no, this man is so spineless.
yeah.
Yeah.
Letting him live is a worse punishment than beating the shit out
Yeah,
of him.
again, I'm pretty sure by the script or whatever, this was supposed to be a moment of like, oh, there's still some humanity with this kid. He could be saved or whatever.
Nope, that's not the face he makes.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. That's what I think it's supposed to be. But what
Yeah.
it is him going like, you are trash,
Yeah.
so you
Yep.
deserve this dumpster. I won't be bothered to point you
his
out.
face says, you are the worst smelling thing in this dumpster right now.
Which, and again, yes, I think it's important to point out, it's after this point and the gang leaves, he sits there for another 5
5
hours.
hours.
Well, in case they come back
Right.
for 5 hours.
How fucking spineless do you have to be?
Pretty spineless.
So I knew at one point this man was going to get hit by a meteor.
Yep.
I did not realize he was going to get chased
Chased
and
by a
cornered by a
meteor.
meteor
Yeah, well, you
before
know.
getting bull charged by it.
And he was also going to outrun a meteor for
For a while, yeah.
pretty good amount of time.
It's a cruise meteor.
I mean, this guy is both
a
an
homing
expert
meteor.
runner and like a long-legged motherfucker, but like,
Sure.
it's a fucking meteor.
He's no gout, but he's pretty good.
Yeah. So the meteor, which is, it's just this terrible CGI, chases him down an alleyway till he literally runs out of alley and is backed against the wall. And the meteor's like, I gotcha.
Has time to turn around
Yup.
and do a big old, like, Bill Murray about to get slimed scream before...
And he gets slimed.
Penetrated.
And
before this meteor penetrates him.
it just merges with him,
With-
sinks in there.
I forgot about
it,
this.
After it gives him third-degree burns all over the place.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
burn him up pretty
Well,
good.
yeah, this is some straight Cronenberg shit.
Yep.
I mean, it's not
Yeah,
that good.
it's
but
PG Cronenberg.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and some of the byproducts given off by this reaction create a vagrant Bill Cosby who comes along and takes the one little remaining piece of the meteor.
That explains it. Maybe he's just an alien, like a little creepy
Because what the fuck is Bill Cosby this movie?
a rapist. Oh, I mean, in the movie,
He's just like, well, no, he doesn't even talk. Like he's just random homeless guy.
Homeless
Yeah.
guy that likes
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, likes dogs.
And technically, he was there before the meteor, so it didn't create him.
Don't ruin my
just
attempts
made
to
him
have
who he
fun
is.
with this
Well, he
movie.
could have been like a sentient newspaper or something. He could have been one of the dogs for all we know before the meteor hit.
Do you think the aliens brought him, again, much like Neil Breen, so now he is humanoid?
Yeah. But he was like, maybe it's like they were dropping off one of their. He was kicked off the planet for being a ne'er-do-well.
So
Goes trouble on another planet now.
he's burned to shit and he's at the hospital now, and they're like examining him, and one of them's like, doctor, look at this, and there's like a piece of meteor embedded in his arm, and it like might as well make like the dive siren noise as it submerges down into him. And they're not like, let's get the forceps and try to extract that. They're like, it's just fucking gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I don't know what the fuck that was.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do about it. So
no, you
let's
see-
move on.
You see, sir, somebody put an animated image of a glob on your arm, and then began to erase it from the outsides until it looked like it had disappeared into your body. It's completely harmless.
Now,
We think.
I normally give movies grief about there being unnecessary, ladies in their underwear, or like, oh, it's the hot chick, her clothes are going to fall off, or we have X-ray vision to look at her, or whatever. But fuck this movie, because now
This is like They Live level.
he wakes up, and the first of his powers manifest. Oh wait, no. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm skipping ahead.
Yes.
First off, his first power comes into play when the whole fucking hospital comes to see him.
Yeah.
Because apparently all of his wounds are healed. And his first power is he can touch a book and absorb everything in the book like he's read the whole thing for 30 seconds.
Yeah, so basically, his power list starts with 30 seconds of literacy.
So he touches the doctor's like surgery book and he's like, "Oh, Dr. Dumbass, you didn't read chapter 14, blah, 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 blah. This is what the theory actually says." And then 30
that
seconds
ass.
later, the doctor's like, "Fuck you, you're an idiot. You don't remember any of that."
Yeah, pump that guy full of morphine and throw him out the door.
We got to do a couple more tests and you're free to go. So now it's nighttime and he finds out he has X-ray vision. He's seeing through a wall. He's seeing the weirdest conversation about a man who misplaced the bedpan. And the woman's like, "It's all right. That's fine." And he's like,
losing
"No,
his
but
shit.
I fucked up. The bedpan's on the floor."
Oh,
Like,
God, now where are you going to shit? Oh,
I hope you didn't poop in the bed.
I don't know what to do now. I'll just hold my hands out. You pee in my hands, okay? I don't know. And he's holding the bedpan. This just put the bedpan back.
Yeah,
and
the
leave.
Thought
The
you
lady's like-
spilled it on her or something. She's like, "Oh no, I've been laying in this
Maybe,
for
but
days."
it's like, whatever.
No, that's the weirdest thing. It is. He's saying like, "Oh, I forgot to I either misplaced the bedpan or I forgot to put it in." But he just kind of
holding it. Yeah.
he keeps shaking it next to her like it's a fucking tambourine. Like, just put it.
It was full when he pulled it out.
And like it looks like the scene was just he sees two people talking about a bedpan and that's all it said in the script.
Yeah.
And they had to just improv a conversation.
Like
Probably.
Robert Townsend couldn't have elaborated. Did he
Yeah.
just like write down things he thought would be funny and
Well,
didn't,
that's the
like,
thing. Is again, is this like improv or was this written and supposed to be funny?
It just says bedpan on
Yeah.
the script.
Yeah, bedpan equal funny.
Bedpan.
That's what it said.
Yeah.
on the script.
Oh, look.
Or maybe it just says bedpan joke.
Yeah. So
And
it's
then
like
he couldn't elaborate.
James
further.
Earl Jones, funny wig? Question mark! Exclamation point.
read book, act
Like-
all smart.
This whole time it was actually a typo, and it's supposed to say deadpan.
Next scene. Everybody in their underwear.
So yeah, now
Hey, Bubba.
he can see outside. Well, he looks out the window and everyone's in their underwear. He
got
can
like
X-ray
birds.
vision through clothes, but not underwear.
he's got pervert
But
vision.
also, not always their underwear. I don't know if you clocked this, but like there were a couple guys that still had their shirts on. There was at least one lady that still had a skirt on.
Yeah, can't look through shoes or belts or.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I have no idea what this is supposed to
Well,
be.
it's just the first layer. So those
questionable
people were
underwear,
wearing
yeah.
2 shirts and 2
Yeah.
shirts.
So like that was like the slip that the girl was
Okay.
wearing. But no,
Sure.
none of these people are like at all attractive or anything. And they've already established that he has a super hot nurse named Vanessa. So he's like, "Oh, I'm going to perv on Vanessa. That's a perfectly good use for my powers."
Yep.
And then we get like
Our
Nurse Fuggleston. And I'm like, if you're going to give me like 30 people in their underwear, none of which are attractive, give me the damn nurse in her underwear. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Again,
that's like the one time where I'm okay with you doing that.
Yeah.
And,
If we want the joke,
Yeah.
then you do that.
Yep.
yeah.
But they had a problem on set. All the attractive ladies were like, I don't know. Bill keeps looking at me weird. Keeps hanging around craft
see,
services.
Here's the
it's
problem.
weird.
I
don't
can't even really make those jokes because it's possible one of those ladies are.
Yeah.
sometimes you just got to roll the dice.
So now we cut to
We do that at the end of the episode.
You're a lot bigger gambler than I am on that front. All right.
We cut
They're
to
not listening.
Evil Factory Corporation, and Simon is there, the
guess.
bad guy, and he's wearing a corset of some sort.
Dude, John, what was this outfit he had on?
It's like a lady's halter top.
Yeah, like it was not a. It was an implied vest, but it was definitely not a vest.
Yeah,
No.
it starts at like the back. You see the back of it, and his like shoulder blades are cut out, and then it turns around to his front, and just it's like it'd be showing cleavage.
It's a bustier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and I both
Yeah.
know where you got that, and it damn sure wasn't the men's section.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the pirate section.
Well,
The lady pirates.
The lady
isn't
pirate.
one of them their name pirate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Not
yeah,
him
fits.
though.
But yeah, I honestly, for a moment there, I was like, is he gonna have like wings at some point? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. So he's talking to his boss on the phone. He's talking about, they control Philadelphia, Baltimore, and Washington. Soon he's going to go to New York. And he's like, if I can make it there, I can make it anywhere. And everyone laughs. And you're like, that's not a joke.
Yeah.
And then some kids show up and they have lunch boxes full of money.
Sure.
I'm like, okay. That sucks
Like,
that you
where
have
did
these
that even
kids
come
involved.
from? Yeah.
But
I assume they shook other kids down for their lunch
Yeah.
money.
It's a lot of money.
like
that
a
they
lot
got.
of kids, like the whole
Yeah.
school.
Listen,
Yeah, they had to shake down the whole neighborhood for that
Well,
kind of cash.
They started out the day with their lunchboxes full of drugs.
Yeah.
there you go.
That is probably.
Also, they're strong enough to just fuck up adults and rob, take
Yeah.
their purses. So
Yeah, yeah.
I guess that also explains it because, like, you would think the idea would be we have all these kids that work for us because they can go and be in the schools or whatever. But because they all have, like, the shades and the blonde wigs and everything, like, they're not subtle. So why?
Hey, Tony.
Yeah.
So you know how Meteor Man here has one power that's very questionable in its use of like the 30 seconds with a book that you could humorously expand and elaborate on. You think we're going to do that? No, we're going to double down on another questionable power that never pays off. Jeff can now understand dogs and speak to them
Yeah, talk to dogs.
by making dog noises. And dogs talk like this.
Yeah, that's the big one.
I mean, that's generous.
Would you like fries with that? Please drive through.
Speak to dogs is a power I don't want to have. Dogs fucking suck at conversations.
Like I know they can't speak English normally, but they're not deaf.
Yeah.
This dog sounded like it was deaf.
Well, no, John was right. Is like where we have he's supposed to be like speaking their language or whatever, but they are treating it or like voicing it as though this
Like a
dog is
robot.
wearing a robotic collar like from Up.
I pooped in the hallway.
Yeah, which I'm willing to bet is because Robert Townsend did the voice work for the dog, and then it was like, well, if it's just me talking to me, that's gonna be weird and people won't get it. So like pitch shifted or
We
something.
can't have one of these other people voice the dog.
God forbid.
I scoot on your pillow when
Well,
you're
no,
not
he-
home.
you know.
It's like this was the first time that he decided to use like I'm an alternative character accent kind of thing.
Do you think
Didn't
he just
retest
did
it.
that on set? Like he just started talking like the dog? It was like, okay, we're gonna have this thing, guys.
I wouldn't be surprised. I also wouldn't be surprised to be like, check this out. This is so hilarious. Give me the I'm like, oh, that's funny, right? That's funny, right? Like, no, no,
Yeah,
no, it's
so,
not. It's not.
30 seconds of literacy, pervert vision, talk to dogs. Got it. We're racking them up now.
So now he shows.
Also, just quick question: Am I correct in assuming this will be a standard superhero movie where he'll slowly discover these powers and then build upon them and use them to save the neighborhood or whatever?
Oh, sure, I'm sure.
You would
yeah.
think that.
You know, no, definitely.
Or is it more likely he'll just continuously discover new shitty powers that do nothing and do nothing with them?
Yeah, until
Yeah.
everybody else saves his
Okay.
ass at
Yeah,
the end.
okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
So now he shows off his ability to absorb a book for 30 seconds to Eddie Griffin. And you're like, that's the power you went with? Well,
Yeah.
actually, he did try to show him I could speak to dogs.
Sure, yeah, another amazing thing.
By doing basically what I did before, and then being like, "Oh right, you can't actually understand it because only I can.
Didn't notice whether anything he picked up was lighter or
No.
And now you're like, I wonder if Bill Cosby's doing something more interesting with that other meteor. He's
That's not a question I would ever ask myself.
he's stealing cable. He's just sitting on a couch, looking through a wall, watching a TV, looking at two people in their underwear because he has one layer X-ray vision. Argue about what's wrong with the TV. And this guy's like, I told them kids not to be playing that Hindendo on my TV. And you're like, okay, movie.
I'm slapping my knee.
Hindendo.
Innuendo.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like these guys had to like rein me in. I was still laughing pretty hard when they showed up.
Yeah.
Then fucking,
Rolling on.
we just cut to Zeus beating Dad's ass.
Yeah.
And then, sending him to the hospital. And then Slinky Man shows back up, Simon, and he's like, don't mess with my crack or whatever he says. And then suddenly Wallace Shawn's in the movie. You're like, oh, and Wallace Shawn, no.
Why?
He's like, I drove my Mustang to school and the kid slashed my tires because I suspended him. And you're like, you don't, like, if you owned a Mustang, you would not take it to this school.
Correct.
But I'm a Sicilian.
Yeah. So now, what you call it?
Also, I
Jeff,
think-
here, go ahead.
Sorry, I think at this point we're like somewhere around halfway through the movie
I don't know.
or something. I don't even know.
Maybe a third.
But like we're just we should be discovering powers and becoming
Yeah.
a superhero. No, we're introducing Wallace Shawn.
Yep. And he's using his powers here to just make his day worse. Because now he gets all preachy about how we can't abandon the kids and the parents are failing them, but we can't fail them. But his sanctimonious speech is interrupted by his X-ray vision showing that kid not only cutting the tires of his Mustang, but hitting the window with a sledgehammer.
and breaking into lockers.
Yeah, other
A
kids
different-
are breaking into lockers.
Also seems to introduce a possible love interest.
Yet,
That will
this
go
is
nowhere.
the woman that we heard earlier broke up with him 4 months ago.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
her. Oh,
That was her.
I didn't even follow that.
Yep.
Okay.
And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, there's got to be a love interest in these movies. We don't need one, but there has to be one there. And then
There is one, but he's on the loser end of it.
yeah. And now we cut back to Jeff's dad is getting home from the hospital. Jeff's standing outside. John Cheadle shows up and he's like, and he got two guys coming to attack Jeff. And he just throws these fucking guys across the street. And then, Zeus runs over, punches Jeff, breaks his hand.
Yeah, he cowers from this, by the way. Mm-hmm. But it does break his hand on him.
Yep. And then two guys in the car, like in the gang's golden cars, because, they got their color scheme down, try to run Jeff over, and he just puts his hands on the car and stops it, and they fly through the windshield. Mm-hmm. And he's like, you guys should wear your seatbelts. And Jeff's like, okay, everyone, you didn't see me do this. I don't tell anybody. I don't want my secret identity getting out.
You're already really good at not telling the cops about
Yeah.
gang activity, so just do that with me.
Well, they don't. To
And
be fair,
just-
they don't tell
Yeah.
the cops,
Exactly.
but they,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
tell everyone
And
else.
this
They've
guy's
already got
mom
practice.
tells everyone.
Here's the thing. For whatever reason, there seemed like maybe it was like him and maybe like 3 or 4 other people when they first got back to the apartment and the gang showed
Yep.
up. And then by the time he does all this, like half the neighborhood is there for
Yeah.
no reason.
The cat's out of the bag.
Sure. But also, they're all congratulating him and like, thanks, man. Oh, that's so great that
Yeah.
you got those guys out of here. Like, he just didn't die. Like,
Yeah.
literally, everyone attacked him and he just didn't die.
Yeah.
That was it. It's
Like
not
he-
like he was beating him off and saying, get out of here.
What?
You were a stone statue and
Yeah.
things ran into you.
Hey,
Thank
might as
you.
well.
Next time, could you do something like maybe like punch them so
Beat 'em
that they
up,
don't
at
come
least.
back? maybe just hang them by their pants from the light fixtures or something.
Hey.
Something.
For that matter, did you see what that kid did to that that teacher's car? Do that to their car
Yeah.
so they can't drive
Yeah.
away and call the cops.
I mean, at the like, could you just at least like suck their dicks so their legs get all wobbly? Like something, do something.
So
That's how he seeds the cloud later.
now, Jeff, turns out if he uses his powers too much, he's got to recharge. So he's sleeping late, and he's on his way to work.
That's what you get for
And,
sucking on dicks.
The gang members that accosted him last night now drive up and just shoot the shit out of him with automatic weapons. And he's like, in slow-mo, and all these bullets are hitting him, and all these squibs are going off. And they
Jiggle,
shoot the
jiggle,
hell out of a
jiggle, puff.
newsstand, and he falls down. And he's just like, oh, man, that was really inconvenient. And so they see him stand back up. So they're like, all right, well, back up. We're going to chase him down. So they're reversing after him while shooting guns at him. And he just
running.
takes flight.
And he's flying.
And he ends up on a light post.
Awkwardly.
Well, it's,
Well-
it's his power of goofy jumping.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not graceful at all.
Well, yeah, it's the standard I'm learning that I can fly
Yeah.
maneuver.
So we're up to 30 seconds of literacy, pervert vision, talk to dogs, throwing guys, hardness, and goof jumping.
Goof jumping, yeah. Sorry. It's really dense.
I got the list of his powers.
Yep.
Been keeping track.
So now
I like your interpretation.
the Gold Lords just leave. They're like, well, he's up on that light post and our guns don't hurt
Yeah,
him.
we've treed him. Let's go.
Let's just go. Yeah.
We'll never get down from there.
And then we get a peeping Tom joke because, of course, he sees a woman who just happens to actually be in her underwear. And then a guy that kind of looks like the older brother from Family Matters runs
yeah.
in, and he falls off the light post. And then,
I mean,
He ate the rest of the family.
yeah,
Yeah,
an older, heavier set version of the
yeah, really
the
get
older brother.
really get an old Reginald Bell Johnson's DNA in him.
Yeah. So
My
so
wife's pregnant.
like Eddie when he reaches Reginald Bell Johnson's age. But anyway, so now he goes to talk to his dad, and he's
Wait.
What?
Here's where we encounter heavy falling.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
he causes an earthquake.
His next power,
Yeah.
heavy falling.
Super dense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, he is.
Unleashes a magnitude 3.5 earthquake with his ass.
From falling from the lamppost.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, that seems really
15
powerful.
feet in the air.
Yep.
He's probably going to use that to help the community, right?
Oh,
No,
definitely.
he's not even going to do that again.
Could do cool superhero jumps. with
He
that.
could have dealt with the Golden Lords by falling over,
Correct.
and he didn't.
So at this point, he has done more to harm the community.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll get worse before it gets better, and it never gets better. So.
FEMA is not going to clean that up.
So now
No.
he goes and talks to his dad, and his dad's like, "There's a fucking earthquake." He's like, "Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have superpowers now." And his dad's like, "Well, you're going to be a superhero. You're going to do all these cool things, and your mom's going to make you a costume."
Nah, I'd rather like play World of Warcraft or whatever.
Yeah. And it's like, well, with the great power comes great responsibility. And he's like, does it?
No, I'd really rather just blow crack into some people's face.
Yeah. Just get a whole crack house high.
I'm gonna jizz in a cloud.
His mom, meanwhile, is like, I'm going to make you a costume. Starts cackling like a witch.
I do things. First off, Jizz in a Cloud, I think, was the name of that Michael Jackson song. Secondly, we only see little bits of his mother at this point,
Yep.
and most of them are her cackling like a fucking madman.
And she's like using the table with the sewing machine in a manner like a Batman villain would ride on the umbrellas in the 60s Batman movie. Like, she just looks like a supervillain. And she's also told everybody about his powers.
Yeah.
And
Joke's
She
on
kind
you,
of is
lady.
a supervillain.
yeah.
Joke's on you.
And now Don Cheadle goes back to Simon, and he's like, yeah, so we shot him a bunch of times, and it didn't hurt him, and he flew up onto a lamppost. Simon's just like, nope, You're wrong. That didn't happen. Fuck off.
I reject your reality and replace it with my own.
Also, see that tiger? That's the last time we're going to be able to use him. Like, we're out of tiger money.
Oh, yeah, no.
So, now they have a neighborhood meeting, and the neighborhood has decided that Jeff is a superhero. And he's like, do I have to?
Yeah, this guy with superpowers, he's a superhero, and he's going to protect our community.
He's like, I fell over and caused an earthquake.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know if I'm the man for this job.
I don't want
To be
Yeah.
fair, he's not the man for this job.
Yep.
Did I not?
He's not the hero they wanted. He's the hero they deserve.
Did I not tell you all about my anxiety medications?
So, someone takes a Polaroid of him, and he looks like the snot guy from the Mucinex commercials without facial features. Like he's a green smudge in a suit.
Yeah, like a Dracula.
That's how.
It looks
So,
more like green crystals to me.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
post nasal Dracula.
But
Did you put that down in his powers?
No, I did not put down his.
I was going to ask, is that considered a power or a side effect?
Yeah, I would not consider that necessarily. Although most of these I wouldn't consider powers.
Appear green in photographs is a superpower.
He gets Sasquatch photograph
Yeah.
power.
Hey, my leprechaun.
Actually, for maintaining a secret identity, that is super useful.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
yeah.
if all the videos of you are just some glowing green fucker.
I guess, but he also doesn't wear a mask, so it's like,
Which becomes a major issue later, but
All right.
yeah.
well, I shouldn't say major. That implies there are any kind of stakes or
yeah,
meaning
no,
to
there's
this.
nothing here.
So now Jeff's like, all right, I got to tell them that I completely suck. This isn't going to work. But then the neighbor, Miss Walker, got her ass whooped. Something fierce. And James Earl Jones is sad. He's crying. And he's like, this is never going to happen again. Not on my watch.
Now, granted, I'm not gonna start a watch,
No.
but if something happens, alert me.
Yeah. If anyone tries to beat anyone else up while standing on my watch, I will stop them. Otherwise, I don't care.
And now we get a horrible montage of really bad superhero costumes mixed with him training his powers and training
Yeah.
to be a superhero.
Sure.
I mean, and he trained to be a superhero like the ninjas in The Tick trained to be ninjas. Like, I don't even think he put 2 weeks into it, actually.
It was the afternoon.
Yeah. He spent one afternoon thinking about being a superhero.
Yeah, I think the little man in the Cano Man is a better, better trained hero.
And most of his costumes are on the level of handyman. Mm-hmm. They're somewhere between that and robot in the family.
And his level of retardation.
And even the costume they go with sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it's got padding in weird spots.
It's where
It
muscles
is
should
better
be.
than the other
Yeah.
ones they did.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely the best
It's the
one.
best bunch,
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
The green undies should not have been there, but...
Maybe they're not. Maybe it's just what you see.
Oh, he's got his dick out, and that's on camera. Yeah, okay.
Yes, I do have green sensor bar as his power. He's still afraid of heights, so he flies a foot off the ground.
And by fly, I mean obviously lie down on a green
Yeah.
screen
Oh, and he
object.
doesn't
Yes.
go much faster than walking.
No.
either.
No.
So again, I want to bring up some things here. We established earlier when he did his super jump, whatever, goofy jumping.
Goof
was it?
jumping?
Okay. And he's on the flagpole. We get the line, I'm afraid of heights. So we're establishing that's a thing. Mm-hmm. Should amount to something. Doesn't. Mm-hmm. But other than him flying really low. But yeah, so he tries on a bunch of the bad costumes.
Kind of flies in the face of the whole I can't feel fear anymore thing.
Again, yeah, this whole movie is big contradictory to itself, but yeah, so we try on the the bad costumes or whatever. We get the good costume. We just see the reaction of all, his family and whatever. They're like, oh yeah, that's the one, whatever, yeah, but they don't show it. He quickly flies out the window.
Yep.
So we could have a big reveal. The big reveal is them cutting to. They look out the window.
Well, Goof jumps out the
He's
window.
not. Well, yeah, okay. He's not in the sky. They have to look down, and then you just see him just kind of like 2 inches above the ground,
Like-
laying out there, like
legit,
And-
he could reach over and open a car door.
And
Like,
he's
that's-
obeying traffic laws because he's so low to the ground.
Correct.
He's
Yep.
at the stop
Like
sign.
it would have been more dignified just to walk.
There's that, but it's also like that was your reveal for the costume. You don't even really get to see the
No,
costume because
no.
most of it's cape because
Right.
he's lying down.
Well, I think that was their intent. Because that's why they don't show him in the costume. They don't show him leave. They only show him from the back when he's in the street, so he
Yeah.
can have his big reveal moment at this. Is it the crack house?
Yeah,
I see.
it's hammer time now.
Yeah.
But you either have him just go out to the
Oh, it's
window
done
and he
badly.
goes to the crack house.
I'm just telling you what they were going
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, but it's just so bad.
So-
yeah, it's so bad. That's my point.
Yeah.
At the crack house, we're listening to Too Legit to Quit.
Right.
And
Biz Marquis is
You know,
there leading
making-
everybody around.
you got a couple gold lords here, and then you got people in their underwear because they watched New Jack City, and they're making the crack vials.
Yep.
And he just busts the door down and like fights a couple of the goons.
Does he? I don't even
Well,
remember that.
he kind of he roughhouses them a
Pushes him.
little bit.
Okay. All right.
And then he just
That'd be
blows,
the throwing guys.
Yeah.
Move.
Yep.
Yeah.
He blows a tornado of crack.
Yeah, blowing
around the
crack.
warehouse.
That's another power. Is he blows crack?
And then that's it. Like that scene's
Yeah,
over.
he just gets a bunch of people fucked up on crack
I mean-
and leaves.
Now,
Isn't this supposed to be a comedy?
theory crafting here.
A bunch of people that could very possibly be there under duress
Yeah.
are now addicted to cocaine.
Uh-huh. So he's in an enclosed space. Blows the cocaine all over the place.
Yeah.
I would expect if he's got superpowers that his metabolism would be really high, so he would get really high really fast.
For like a second, though.
Yeah,
It
for
passes.
a brief period of time. But
Yeah.
like
Okay.
he could do a lot of really bad shit that fast.
But not if he's a big coward.
Like-
no.
That's true.
This isn't hard. Like I could do this PG. I could do this better. Like just imagine Goon is like there's a knock on the door. Goon stands at the door. Door gets knocked off its hinges, flattens the Goon. Next Goon comes in, he throws a guy, right? And then he sees all the crack and it goes to blow, but because he sucks so much, he's like and all the crack flies in his mouth and he looks horrified and it's just like, "Oh no." And then everyone else runs in terror out the side door. And then that just ends. And you're like, I don't know what
Cut
happened
to him
next.
sitting
No,
in
and
the
then-
alley next to Cosby.
No,
just
and then
begging.
it goes to the giant supermarket thing. That's where he got the idea.
Like, it's not hard, guys.
That would be better. You could also then have a short thing of him going around like resolving other crimes while he's on cracked out.
Rampage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
He could have like picked up one of the goons and like slid him down the table so it ruins all the crack that they're doing. Like, just-
He also could have just stopped the guys and got the
Yeah, he
police
could-
in there
yeah, he
so they
could've
could
done
handle the
literally
crack
anything.
properly.
Literally anything.
But
would
again,
be-
this I think is supposed to constitute a joke because he got everybody high.
That would be a funny, like, Superman kind of superhero where if he came in and, like, beat all the guys up, right? And then he flew away real fast and just came back with a cop that has no idea, like, what just happened to him. Like, he just got ripped out of his car or something and he's just at the scene of the crime. Like, what the fuck?
I was gonna write a better movie than this, but then I got high.
Yep. So now we get into the just weird to be weird file.
Yeah.
There is a man stealing a TV from another man's handing it to him, like a whole pile of electronics
Yeah. In the,
out of
There
a
are two
fire
criminals.
escape. Yep.
Yeah, robbing this apartment.
And he just appears like he's just there flying away, and they're like,
Not afraid of flying now. I guess
Yeah.
he's high.
yeah,
yeah. He's,
but he's near a fire escape.
Yeah.
But,
Sure.
he's like,
Actually,
I just wore off my
He
crack.
took the stairs.
My crack bender just wore off. Where am I?
yeah.
And I guess you're committing a crime. And the guy's like, I have a gun. And he's like, you know what my solution to this problem is? I'm going to turn on your TV from over here
Yeah. Watch
with my mind.
with my magic remote control finger
Yep.
power.
I'm going to
Yeah.
turn the volume all the way up so it tells all the neighbors that you're doing this. and then I'm just gonna flip like a ninja star away.
It's a Blanca ball. He
Yeah,
does a Blanca ball.
balls away.
Yep.
Now, granted, okay, he called attention to these people committing a crime, and everyone else in the building is now aware. But he's like, I still have a gun.
Yeah,
You
like,
know,
I'm
go back
gonna
inside.
point this gun at these people and take this television.
Yeah, you know, like I don't think he prevented this crime.
Nope.
Not only did he not prevent this crime, I would suggest he has elevated the chances that someone else is getting shot.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's severely increased the risk.
Also, I'm pretty sure he supplied power to that TV with his mind too.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he can.
Power
he didn't
and
supply power
cable.
to like it had to be plugged in. His finger only does a remote control. It's like
But it's on the fire escape.
Yeah.
though, like
But it's an extension cord.
the criminal left an extension cord.
No,
on
I
the
thought
steel.
I think it was actually unplugged.
It's a joke. I'm making a joke.
Or is it?
I'm
No, it's
implying-
like
What are you getting at?
I'm implying that his powers are so feeble and stupid the TV would have
Yeah.
to be plugged in, and his finger only does like a universal remote control. And I was gonna elaborate and say he actually spent the first 15 minutes before he revealed himself
Programming
making
his
sure it was programmed to the same
Gotcha. He got the codes for
Yeah.
that manufacturer. Well,
But that's fine.
yeah.
Well, that's okay, because honestly, the bigger joke here is that he has all these immense powers that can do all these great things
Yeah.
that he doesn't use.
They're not great powers.
These guys.
Let's
Well, he apparently could solve world hunger if he wants, but he doesn't.
Yeah, we'll get
He
to that.
apparently could supply power to things for the whole neighborhood for free,
Could
but
you
he
imagine
doesn't.
if his character flaw was that he sticks to one thing, just what the first thing that happens, and the first thing happens is he falls down. So his entire shtick is he just sits on people.
Honestly, that's better than him being a big,
Yeah,
big
that would be
baby
better.
coward
That would
and
be
doing
better.
Nothing this whole movie.
Yeah,
So-
I said while watching this, his main power is just his like complete apathy to doing anything.
So now, after he flips away like a Blanca ball, we cut to a police shootout between, on one side, it's the Washington, D.C. Police Department. The other side, it is the Bloods and Crips,
No, it's not.
led by Cypress Hill and Naughty by Nature. And he literally, like, fucking Birdemic doesn't have this level of sanctimony. Like, he just flies down from nowhere and he's like, everyone put your guns down.
But he does say, I think I hear a mountain lion. I gotta get out of here.
And like,
There is a lion in it, or
they're,
a tiger.
they're
so-
still shooting
And he
for
ninja stars out of there.
like a couple minutes and then they're like, oh, we can't shoot this guy. We should put our guns down. And then
Of
they all
course.
just walk out and start talking to each other like, you know, we just need to talk this out and we could solve the problems between you two that escalated to gunplay.
Right.
Yeah.
Clearly a conversation could solve that
Now,
problem.
now that would make a very interesting movie if there was a superhero
Mm-hmm.
with that as his power.
So
Well, yeah, it'd be called fucking Professor X, and he would just
Yeah.
mind control.
Yeah.
everyone.
if it was one thing like he ran in real fast, stole all their guns, and used them to like bar
Yes.
all the doors shut.
Yeah.
So that's like, you two are stuck in here.
Yup.
Figure it the
So
fuck
then
out.
they beat the shit out of each other
Yeah. I mean,
by hand.
yeah, at least
Beat all the cops.
something more than this. So now it just says on the news that he has solved the rift between the gangs and the police. And
No,
the
he
gangs,
hasn't. The gangs and the police did.
yeah, and the gangs
yeah.
have agreed to repair the neighborhoods that they've destroyed.
Sure.
It just
Sure,
says that
sure,
on the
sure.
news.
Total sense.
But not the Gold
So-
Lords, though.
No.
The Bloods and the Crips, but not the Gold Lords.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
If this was a
the wrong
yearbook,
color.
it would just say underneath "not pictured."
Yeah. We didn't have the money for that. But yeah, so the Crips and the Blood, two gangs that have been warring for however long.
Yep.
That were having a mass shootout. They were about to like kill everybody.
Yep.
When the cops apparently showed up and they were about to kill everybody until he was the one that said, "Hey guys, have you ever thought about talking?"
Yeah, what on earth was
Yeah.
their motivation for seeing this asshole just come floating a foot off the ground?
Nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing.
In a realistic scenario, they probably both would have seen him as a bigger threat.
But I guess he feels really good about this because he has to go bust a nut in the sky.
But honestly, yeah, if they had, formed a group together to fight him,
Oh, yeah.
that would have even made more sense than what we fucking
Yup.
got.
Yep.
So,
But Oh, he also. I think this is around that scene where.
Well, we're almost there.
Okay.
Like Captain Planet is less gay.
Well,
Yeah.
I just like it because I think it's here. We hear a radio broadcast as well where a woman says that he took down the drug den and that brought her kid home.
Yes. Yeah.
Took down the drug.
I don't know
He
what
was
that's
like,
about.
I had nowhere else to go, Mom. You know, the crack
was-
den closed.
Crack was still
Was he
there.
one of the people supplying?
Maybe.
Like, I don't know.
He was just taken prisoner there.
I guess I need another job now.
All right. So Simon bursts into the crack house that had just got the crack tornado blown through it, donning his finest polka dots Dusty Rhodes outfit. And he walks in there, and everyone in the crack den's laughing. And it's like, I've worked with enough crackheads. That's not how they behave.
No.
This would be so much worse. So now, yeah, that's when, after that, we hear the news about the gangs vowing to rebuild the neighborhood they destroyed. The dad from Friday is pretending to be the flying man.
Yep.
He's like, I'm the superhero. I don't fly. I'm so fast. They think I'm flying. I used to be a boxer.
That crack house smells like sex and candy.
Yeah.
If the candy was Lipton soup drops
Oh,
or Progresso, whatever.
that stuff sucks.
Also,
That was-
while we're at that, since his method of dealing with this was to just blow everyone against the back wall and blow the crack everywhere, I'm pretty sure they'd all be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd all be
would've
dead,
OD'd.
but like when they came in there, they also would have just been like, okay, well, the schlubs, you better get to work cleaning up the crack and putting it back
Yeah.
into bags that we could sell.
I don't know how much you're doing with that, but
You're going to try.
Yeah.
oh
it's
yeah,
like-
you will try.
It's a lot of money.
Yep. Also, yeah, I just realized we had Bismarcky there, and we didn't get him the beatbox like
He didn't do
once.
shit.
Just tried to do something with him.
Like, why put his name in the opening credits?
Joe,
What?
you're not doing shit with James Earl Jones. You think you're going to utilize Bismarck
we're
properly?
We're making big James Earl Jones. We're robbing him of his dignity. That was the plan with him. Bismarcky, we're just not doing anything with.
You've done too well for too long, Jones.
Yeah,
Once again, Jones.
your golden voice won't save you from this one.
You will learn there's nothing you can possess that I cannot take
Everything
away.
that's good about you and your career, yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. We now cut to a meeting of the Evil League of Evil. And Simon is one of the members, along with Arab, lady, and, like Italian man. There's just,
It's an Asian lady.
yeah, just the most generic. They're like, who has crime? What
They
are,
just,
Well,
they
as-
just found the other ethnicity.
Yeah, I was going to say, as Rob pointed out earlier when we were watching it, it's like, oh, look, the other races have shown up.
yeah.
Well, yeah, this is that council or whatever from Austin Powers, right?
Yeah, like Bad Horse is there. Like, I think the Pink Pummeler.
I believe they call themselves the 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. So the leader of this is
50 Shades
the
of
Riddler,
offensive.
the guy who played the Riddler.
Yeah.
But I forgot that was him, so I just referred to him in my notes as Evil John Ratzenberger.
That's
We
fair.
should specify he plays the Riddler
In
in
Adam West.
the Batman
Right.
TV
Yeah,
show.
not
Yeah,
Jim
it was
Carrey.
not Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I would have said Jim
Probably would have
Carrey.
gotten a shout out at the beginning.
Yeah.
That would
Just
have been
covering
a
the bases.
fantastic introduction to this movie.
Yeah.
Could you
Have-
imagine if it
have
was
Jim Carrey in this
Jim
movie.
Carrey?
Well, this is, I think, pre Ace Ventura.
Oh, yeah.
So he'd still be living color. So it's not like they probably could have gotten him.
Yeah.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, they just.
Well, maybe not. As soon as In Living Color hit, he was like huge on that.
I mean, he was
Yeah.
like in half the sketches on that show were basically just him.
Yeah.
The half that weren't Damon Wayans.
Yeah, actually, if you had a Wayans in this, you probably could have gotten a Jim
Yeah.
Carrey.
Yeah.
But
This is true. Yeah.
So
surprisingly, no Wayans.
Well, they're doing their own thing. And they probably smelled shit from a mile away.
this bad guy's like,
We already did this movie.
yeah.
Ours was better.
The bad guy's like, Simon, what do you know about this flying invincible man? And Simon's like, I don't know anything.
I know he's a bitch.
And like, that's it. He's like, give me some more time. I'll deal with him.
know
The evil
he's-
guy's named Mr. Byers.
I know he's a disappointment to his father.
He puts a bounty on Meteor Man for $1 million alive, $2 million dead. All right, now we get this fucking scene
Yeah,
of
okay, here we go.
it's just Meteor Man in a parking lot at night by a bunch of rusted out cars.
He's feeling sad, so he's
Yeah.
kicking the cars around,
Well,
which
not-
is the only thing he does with his super strength in this whole fucking movie.
And I will point out, contradiction, he should be sleeping right now because he just used his powers a whole lot. And it's nighttime.
That crack still. That's
yeah.
powered him up.
Yeah.
You're not going to sleep.
That's that. His powers have worn off. That's just he inhaled the
That's
whole
just
crack
the crack.
house. Yeah. So then he grabs, just like part of a car, like a car frame, and he uses it to till the land. And then he has seeds from somewhere.
Oh, he does indeed.
Yeah. He
From somewhere.
uses his power to summon saxophones and nourish plants.
Yeah, it's playing sexy time
It's
music
like-
the
yeah, it's
entire
like-
You
time.
need to have those
Like-
saxophones if you're going to fuck a clown.
Like, who's he gonna fuck in this field? I'm like, some lady's got to be here.
He's fertilizing the
Yeah.
field.
Well, yeah.
Sowing
Put some of
the
his green
seeds
energy
of
into the
love.
field.
I also want to specify it's the music. It's a mixture of like inspirational, like you're teaching a kid to ride your bike music with sexy time music, which
Yeah.
is really upsetting,
Yeah.
but fitting for what we watch.
It was Bill's favorite.
I'm guessing Seed Touch was Bill's favorite too.
Yeah. So Meteor Man looks up at the sky, and there's a cloud like just chilling above.
Yes, yeah.
Very
It's like,
suspicious
hey, what's
cloud,
up?
just chilling, and it like cuts to a back, like
The
a
cloud's
back
like,
view,
is this the third close encounter set?
and you just see this glowing white projectile.
Emanation.
Yeah,
It's like a New Hope era photon torpedo, but like 10 times shittier.
yeah.
It's a thick rope.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's shooting thick ropes.
Yep.
He shoots the quad
It's the
laser.
closest he gets to being Spider-Man.
Yep.
And he uses his next power, which is impregnating clouds. So he gets it in this cloud, and the cloud starts. That cloud is wet.
He
Squirts
fills
in
it
his
up
face.
till it bursts.
Oh yeah, and just all over his face.
Yep.
And then you're like, oh, he made a garden. That's kind of
Yeah,
sweet.
you're like, okay,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
You
a
know,
community garden
The,
thing.
the music was weird, but that scene's kind of worked.
And they're like, we're not done making this
fertilize
weird.
the land.
Do you have an additional power? What is the next listed power?
After this?
Yeah, just out of curiosity.
laser pointing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So you don't have gigantify plants.
Yeah, I don't.
Or parade float.
No, that was. I don't consider that a power so much as.
I wasn't sure.
This garden grew in one day. It's growing ears of corn the size of a car.
They just moved. They just grabbed everything and went to the set of Honey, I Shrunk the
Yeah.
Kids.
Now, think about this. As those things are growing, they're sucking up all the crap that's in that dirt.
Oh yeah. Oh
Well,
yeah.
also-
So all of that fruit
You can't
is
eat any of
toxic
that.
as hell.
Not just the crap that was in that dirt, whatever the fuck he put in that dirt. Like, I don't know what that green glowy touch is, but that can't be healthy.
But don't worry, we can't have a through line to anything because it can't just be like the neighborhood ate that, and then when they show up at the end to save him, they all have superpowers now because they ate his meteor.
Or they just start beating the shit out of people with
Yeah.
giant ears of corn.
Something like that. Someone just throws a massive tomato out the window.
They can speak Entish.
Yeah,
but
they
that's
should have
really
done
bad.
that at the end. That would have made a lot of sense.
Everyone's just like, why the fuck am I hearing dogs?
Why do they all sound retarded?
All right. So now he's, they're watching this on the news, and one of the only things in this movie that legit got a laugh out of me was they're happy at the garden's so successful that he high fives Eddie Griffith and forgets that he has super strength, and Eddie Griffith goes flying off the couch.
Same.
And that's not that funny, but
Nope.
it's like that's the closest this movie comes.
To using his powers, Joe means it's
Well,
close.
that and making me laugh.
Yeah,
Okay, so now we're just like, movie, what the fuck? He's like, things are going good.
Are we going somewhere?
I'm gonna try my luck with Stacy, that teacher that I dated before. That I kind of have a love interest in.
Yeah, and
my
I'm like,
favorite character.
I'm like, that's a cool idea. But how about first use your powers to get rid of all these gang guys?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, you're like a
My
you're
secret
like a
identity-
Super Saiyan. Could you not just wipe those up real quick?
My secret identity wants to get laid.
You don't have a secret identity. You don't wear a mask.
My secret identity is also going to get cock blocked by fucking Sinbad,
Sinbad.
who apparently just
womp.
became black.
I mean,
I don't know what the fuck's going on here. Like, because he comes in this scene and he's just like, "Hey sisters, hey my Nubian princess." Then he looks at Jeff and he's like, "Oh, I forgot exactly how he says it.
My
but
first black girlfriend.
yeah,
Yes.
this is my first black girlfriend. You know, I'm part of the club now
I
or
just
something."
joined. He just joined the black cultural
he just
movement.
he just broke up with Rod
He's
Thomas.
like, "I'm just learning how to be black."
It's like, God damn.
You're like,
it.
movie? No, no.
it was
please.
it was probably
It's like my real name is
Sinbad's idea.
Bartholomew.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah,
His name's Malik, but his real name's Bartholomew.
I 90% guarantee this was part of Sinbad's act that he got.
He probably ad-libbed the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like for real. Like
And it works. Like Stacy leaves with him.
yeah.
Why wouldn't she?
He's got those glasses on. He can actually read, probably.
Yeah. And
Not just for 30 seconds.
Yeah, let's go to lunch. I mean, if that's okay with you, it's your world.
he goes back to his classroom and tries to kill himself 4 times, but fails because he's invulnerable. And like honestly, the smartest use of
Wait,
one of
does
his
that happen?
no,
Okay, all right.
he might as well have.
My eyes rolled to the back of my head a few times. in this movie.
Like, wait a minute.
Like,
Again,
He both tried to hang himself but forgot he flies, tried to shoot himself and forgot he's invulnerable, and somehow caused an earthquake by jumping off the building.
I think it's important to note. So far, so that means now the best joke from this has been the one Joe made.
Yeah.
And I think everyone else at the table was so checked out with the movie that we weren't sure if that was a joke.
trying to,
Like,
yeah,
wait a minute.
Yeah, like, did I miss
What did
that?
I miss? Yeah.
decided to jump out the window of the one-story school building.
Yeah, it was Joe testing if you guys are paying attention. No, but honestly, the smartest use of his powers I've seen so far. Not the best use, but the smartest. He's grading papers because he
Yes.
can just hold them and he knows all the answers.
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't say best. I said smartest.
Yes. But it is that thing of, I guess maybe at this point it's not super clear, but we do find out every time he uses his powers, it drains them more and more, and he needs to sleep more and more.
He doesn't know that yet, though.
I mean, but that's
Sure,
that's true of
I
anything,
guess,
right?
but it is just like, oh, I'm finally using my powers to help the community. No, to grade papers.
Yep.
Be funny if his superpower also worked like ChatGPT, summarizing the papers where there's a margin
So
of
It would
error.
be funny.
Based on how he hears those dogs, that's probably accurate.
It would be funny if his only mode of getting around was that Blanca ball.
Mandatory
Like Sonic
Blanca
the
ball.
Segment.
It's always
Hedgehog,
backwards.
yes.
Yeah, like so he finishes grading the papers, and it just shows him spin
Well,
back off. The
so he's
screen.
afraid of heights, right? So if he
Yeah.
blurs
So
the
he does it
entire
like a foot off the
scene
ground.
and he just spins really fast,
Yeah.
he doesn't know how
Yeah.
high up he is.
Maybe that's it.
Well, after his
The
crack
vertigo
bingo, he seems
really
to be
helps
over
with
the
that.
height thing, so it doesn't matter.
He did not get Superman's senses because the entire fucking Gold Lords sneak up on him in his own classroom, and there's like 5 kids holding him down to a desk, and it's like it's 5 kids.
So-
like,
And you
just-
have superpowers.
Just stand up.
So this is the best scene. So he gets up and he beats the shit out of all the adults, and he like wraps up all the kids in tape that he has in the classroom. And then the police come and they take all the bad guys away, and then the credits roll. And he, no, that's not what happens at all.
Fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah, it's not what
Fool
happens
me
at all. I'm
twice.
sorry, it's not what happens at all. What actually happens?
No,
what
nothing.
actually happens is he speeds back and forth
Yeah.
in front of the door so they can't get through while Eddie Griffin calls the police.
Don Cheadle's like,
Not even.
hey, that's the guy that, has all the superpowers. And then Eddie Griffin runs in and he's like,
Nope.
I saw Meteor Man down the street. He's over there. And Simon's like, well, he can't be here. He's got to be down the street.
Yeah, I know we've
Don
seen
Cheadle's like,
him.
it's him. I saw him. He's like, shut the fuck up. And they leave.
I know we've seen him multiple times without a mask on, but that's cool.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
also
Also-
said that he flies, so I'm not going to believe you
Yeah.
anymore.
Also, I know this is all kind of unbelievable, but you did notice how when we first came in here, he wasn't reading the papers, just kind of put his finger on them?
Yeah, right
And then
in
was
front of
done?
them.
Well, he's just a shitty teacher.
Fair. All right.
They don't know how to read or write either.
Yeah. Comment rejected. Retracted.
Simon could
Whatever.
explain away anything. He just sucks. So,
Simon says whatever he needs to.
Yeah, honestly, also better movie if he just full on went Homelander on at this point and like took them all
yeah.
out.
So the scene just gives up.
Well, Simon, our villain, apologizes, says he was mistaken, and leaves.
Yep.
Right. It's a good thing our superhero, who is invulnerable,
Is also a moron.
is also a coward and a moron. So the bad guys just leave.
If he couldn't just be like, as they're all leaving, just the last one out the door, just be like, hey, by the way, if you ever fucking come on my street, I'm gonna throw one of you into space.
Hey, how about Don Cheadle? I see your face again. It's gonna get hit with a car. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Like,
Not I won't drive the car. I'm just gonna
I
throw
will
it
just
at you.
pick it up and swing it at you.
Also, for that matter, I have super speed and can fly. So my biggest threat right now is that you guys know my secret identity, or at least suspect it. So I'm gonna follow you each home and find out where you live and what you're
Yeah.
up to.
It's like, I'm gonna show you how fast I am. You guys decide amongst yourselves how many of you can get out of this room before I kill you.
Actually, yeah, Tony, that's a good point because in a lot of superhero movies or superhero movies, not even necessarily superpowers, they do at some point try to go into the villain's lair and bring the fight to them. He never
Not
does
this-
that in
no.
this movie.
oh God, no!
The fight always comes in.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah.
The fight comes to him, and half the time he's reluctant to
Yeah.
do something about it.
So this scene, like all the others, just ends in a sad, wet fart that leaves just a little speckle of shit on your underwear.
Sounded
least
way
we're
too
brown.
personal.
He goes home. He goes home.
He goes home.
Well, and then he finds out that Eddie Griffin's like, somebody better get some use out of this superhero
Yeah, how
thing.
does he find out, Joe?
I'm gonna get laid, because he hears it on the radio.
Well, yes.
He's watching
after
the
his
news.
dog wakes him up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
His dog that also didn't hear Eddie Griffin come
Yeah.
into
Yes.
the house
So
and take the Meteor Man costume.
Although, to be fair, it could have been barking the entire time. But
No, he said I didn't know. See who it was.
Yeah, he weirdly does say, "I didn't see anything."
yeah, I know what happened, but I
Which-
didn't see anything.
and complete dumbass Eddie Griffin here is like, the gang won't come after me.
Not at a mall.
Yeah. I guess I could just tell them that I'm not Meteor Man. He's over there, and they'll
Yeah,
leave.
just
Even
walk
though-
up to the gang and be like, "I'm not the real one."
Hopefully they don't
I know who
recognize
the
me
real
from
one is, but-
already telling them I saw Meteor Man somewhere else.
Yeah, like that just hit me. Like I get you're horny, but like yesterday you had to tell this gang to back off from killing your best friend because they suspected he was Meteor Man. You were the one that said no, Meteor Man was somewhere else, and now you're showing up in his costume.
Yeah, he was at
You're
the mall.
fucking asking for shit,
Yeah.
dude.
So
Yeah.
now he's at the mall, and the Golden Lords are rolling up on him. They're coming from all directions. They block him with like another bad creation. It's 5 kids. I know you're Eddie Griffith. Your stature isn't that big, but just bowl them over like it's not.
They are children. They are not developed muscularly. You
Yeah.
can take them.
But fucking what's his name? Jeff here, Meteor Man, saves the day by
Don't forget, one of the kid groups is doing a dance off.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah, another bad creation has to actually show they can dance.
It's gonna be our longest episode.
Oh
then-
God, why?
It's already
He's
2 hours.
Firing invisible eye lasers at the hammers
Yeah.
of these like semi-automatic guns,
I should
but not
say-
even the striker on the bullet, like the hammer
No.
that you pull back with your thumb.
Right.
maybe
He was
like
fusing the hammer so it couldn't drop on the pin.
Right.
But did it work? It doesn't show us. Like it never shows them like
But
point
It's totally
and like
confusing
try
because
and use it.
you see the lasers.
So my
nobody else
It's
sees
literally
lasers.
just looks like he's using a laser pointer and
Uh-huh.
just pointing at the guns,
Yeah.
so, which is his next power, laser pointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
and then
I guess that's why they don't shoot at him when he flies off.
he
But
he uses his telekinesis to make Eddie fly away. Chris
Finger.
Tucker's like, "Oh, it's Meteor Man."
Finger floating, yes.
And then when they get outside, Jeff uses his telekinesis to strip Eddie Griffin of his clothes.
In front of people coming in and out of the mall.
Yeah,
Sure.
just leaves
So-
him there in his underwear.
yeah, so
The finger
Fucking
floating can only be used for evil.
But so, yeah, Eddie Griffin was like, I'm Meteor Man at his little mall appearance. He smartly, though, for whatever good it was, wore some kind of mask. Bandito mask thing. But yeah, we're like literally 2 feet from the doorway entrance to the mall. He takes the mask off. Then he gets stripped, and his friend leaves him, knowing full well that this entire
His
gang
friend-
yeah,
is
his
like
friend
5 feet behind them.
Leaves him by flying,
Yeah, but flying away.
which is very hard to miss.
yeah.
Also, like Eddie Griffin's wallet and car keys
Oh,
were
yeah.
probably in there, or at least his bus pass, whatever he did.
Something,
to get
yeah,
there.
whatever.
Yeah. So now, okay,
He can do spite well, but he can't do anything else.
yeah, it's nighttime. He, comes home and his dad's like, "Oh, look at what the Golden Lords did to the community room. Check this out. It's a surprise party. Yay!" And then they're like, "Are we gonna do anything with this scene?" No, because the Golden Lords are firing guns outside. So everyone goes outside, and the Golden Lords are like, "We're just gonna shoot all these innocent people
Yeah.
since we can't shoot you." And he does his super speed, stops all the bullets,
Flash dancing, his next power.
and
And of course, he beats up all the bad guys because they
No.
were firing.
Oh, yeah.
no.
He just
The
lets
bad
them
guy's
go?
like, you can't protect everybody
Well,
everywhere
at least
once.
he takes all of their guns.
Nope. No.
Right, that
Oh,
would be how to
but-
protect everybody all at once, is to take out the bad guys.
Yes.
But he does write down their license plate to call
Nope.
the police. Right? No,
No.
Does he call the police at all?
Oh no.
No, okay.
Snitches get stitches.
Does he say stop or please don't?
No, I don't think he even makes a threat.
I wouldn't
Like,
expect
even
it to
an
be a
empty
threat. I expect it to be a,
Yeah, or
with
no,
tears.
or a command. A command, I should say. Like
I would
Oh,
desperately
he doesn't
plead.
use an imperative statement.
Wait, but so since the bad guy showed up, said we're going to deliver a message, fire a bunch of bullets on this whole crowd, which he manages to stop every last
Yeah.
one of them and save everybody. And then they say the message is that you can't be everywhere at all the times to save everybody. He at least says something like, "I just did, and I can prove you wrong." Right? No.
Does he throw the bullets back into the crowd of bad guys? No.
Could even just be like, you just saw what I just did. You have no way of stopping me. I am going to ram your head up your number one goon's ass.
All of your heads up that
Or-
one
if you
guy's
ever
ass.
come back.
Hey, I was just reminded of something earlier in the movie we should bring back. Does anybody have those whistles? And just ram those up their asses and send them running home while they whistle
You're
the
gonna be
whole way.
farting show tunes for a week.
Whistle tips go woo.
Woo, woo.
Because if we're doing a comedy movie, having the bad guys run away with almost literally their tail between their legs, going as they get back to the crime
Yeah.
boss, would be funny, right?
It'd be a
kinda
little
funny.
juvenile, but it would be. It would. You
But
know
it'd be a
what?
joke.
It'd be an attempt.
Yeah,
it would
it'd be
be
a joke.
an effort.
You could say it's a bad joke, but it's a joke.
Yeah. So now his hand's bleeding because he caught too many bullets. He went too fast. His powers are deteriorating. Feels pain. And then in the best showing of humanity this movie could conjure, the next day while he's asleep, James Earl Jones is about to rap. He gets like half a bar out, and the Golden Lords show up and like put a stop to that shit. You're like, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. And now it's Mr. Byers, the head of the Evil League of Evil. And fucking he shows up, so like this one woman runs over to Jeff's apartment to knock on it to wake him up. And he's like, well, thank you. We didn't know which one was his,
Yep.
but we do now.
OPSEC.
Glad you-
I got a guy here. He's kind of big. His punches make gunshot noises as he hits your door.
Sure. Also, yeah, thank you for rapping on the door and making it horribly obvious instead of using that fucking Meteor Man phone you forced him to put in.
So this guy's like, pew, pew, as he's punching through the door. He gets in there. The dog dragged Jeff like 3 feet away and put laundry on him.
Yep.
It's good enough to hide him.
Sure.
I mean, when you start out as a pathetic sack of laundry, it's
Now-
easy to just cover that.
Well, yeah.
up.
As
blends in
horrendous as
well.
our protagonist is, our main antagonist isn't really that much better. Because Simon shows up and he's like, I'll take care of him. Don't worry. I just need a little more time. I'll take care of this.
Well, he shows up, questions his boss being there.
Yeah.
And then is just like, no, I got this.
Yeah,
We're
they-
in his apartment, but like,
So-
don't worry about it.
Mr. Byers is like, okay, I'll leave this in your hands. You could continue searching the apartment, right? And he's like, no, I'm going to leave too.
Yeah.
No, this
Yeah.
is breaking
Yeah.
and entering,
Yeah.
guy. What
Okay,
are you
but
doing?
you are going to at least go more than like 5 feet from the door entrance, right?
No.
To look
No.
No, I'm not,
Not even
gonna
going to look
check
in the
out.
closet.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No.
You're going to leave a bomb? Or?
No, not even
You're
gonna
gonna
check
leave
out
somebody
that,
to watch?
that wagging dog tail that's over behind the couch. I'm not even gonna check that out.
That'd be like an invasion of privacy
Yeah,
to leave
no.
somebody to watch.
Yeah.
So you're like, someone
We
do
wouldn't want
something. Someone do something with stakes here. Now,
Feed the dog a steak.
what was even happening now? Okay, so now Eddie Griffin has his science teacher theory that using his powers drains him. And the Golden Lords show up and spray paint the neighborhood. And so now the neighborhood's like, all right, we gotta give Jeff to them. We gotta just sell him out because
They spray painted everything.
he had powers. He had a ton of chances. He didn't do a goddamn thing. Maybe
He's
if we
fired.
just give him the guy, go away. And Jeff comes in. He's like, "Fuck you! You know, none of you did anything. You pretend this gang doesn't exist. You just ignore the problem."
Like
You know,
I'm trying to do.
Rely on the guy with the superpowers who doesn't want to do anything. You know, and then he's like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna leave." And he goes
the
to like,
ultimate don't do anything.
Yeah.
Disappear.
I only use avoidance as my problem solving strategy.
His next power, avoiding eye contact.
He's like the shittiest version of Orange Cassidy.
Yeah. Yeah. Now the
Well, yeah,
Golden Lords
it said
have
at the
won.
beginning, his primary strategy is run from a fight.
Yeah, the Golden Lords have won, but they're like, you know, he's lost his powers. We might as well just rob him of whatever dignity he has left.
Which also, what?
They just know somehow.
Yeah.
Sure.
They have kid spies.
Okay.
They got fucking Pookie and Dr. Dre or whatever. Squirrel and Dr. Dre watching them.
Might as well
So-
be Crabine from
Yeah.
Dublin.
Not good enough to find him 3 feet away behind the couch, covered in laundry. But they are good enough to understand that he's losing his power.
Well,
Well,
that
they're
was
rolling.
camouflage.
They're rolling like a D40, so the spread is really wide.
Yeah. And well, see, Simon didn't want to do it at that time when Mr. Byers did it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Now Simon wants to.
Yeah.
And I like the scene of either
his
Dr. Dre
organizer
or
to do it
Squirrel
now.
calls Simon to be like, he's home. Like, where the fuck else would he be? This guy doesn't go anywhere. Like,
Yeah.
the worst case,
Well-
he's at the school or he's, at the community center. Like, what the fuck else is he going to do?
I mean,
He
to
could
be
be banging a cloud. We don't
yeah.
know.
To be fair, the day earlier they broke into his apartment and couldn't find him there. So who knows?
they don't have object permanence. Like, he's out of sight. He's gone.
Yeah, I have
Fuck
a
it.
visual. As long as I have that visual,
Either
we know
here or
where he
at the
is.
mall. Otherwise, I don't know.
Okay, so now the Golden Lords show up with 18-wheelers to block off the neighborhood, and they show up in force.
Also, what? Why?
I don't know.
Like, we don't want him to escape, and we forgot he can fly.
Yeah.
The circus is
Or
here.
even if he doesn't have power, he could run under a trailer. It's not
Or,
that
yeah.
hard.
could lift the trailer.
Well,
If
but
he has powers. If he
has
doesn't
powers.
have powers,
yeah.
he can go under the
Yeah.
trailer. He can go around the trailer.
So
He could go out his back door.
he just stands there and he's like, Meteor Man. And you're just like, okay, dude.
And it does like the inverse of a crash zoom while he's saying
Yeah,
it.
it launches out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, crane shots away.
So now Jeff, in the most courageous thing he's done all movies, he's like, what else am I going to do? I got nothing else.
Might as well
I'm
get
just going to
beat
go
up.
down and face this guy.
And the most courageous thing he's done all movie. Something.
Yeah.
Time to face these guys now that I don't have any power to do
Yep.
anything and help these people.
And he comes
so-
out with his dukes up. And Simon's like, you know what? I'm just going to go to New York.
You
You
do
know.
your thing.
Yeah, you do you. I'll do me.
Keep
We're
it
out
chilly.
of here. I just wanted to, say goodbye. And you're like, that could be true because this villain sucks too. And then he's like, they go to shake hands.
You see the runtime.
Yeah, and then he fucking headbutts him. And now we got a fist fight. It's not a good fist fight.
Nope.
The first person to notice this fight's on is Bill Cosby, and he's like, and summons his dogs.
He calls dibs on the loser.
Yeah, gets his coffee can with a meteor chunk in it, and he's on the scene. Simon's just beating Jeff's ass.
Coffee can also has Donnie in it.
James Earl Jones is sitting in a chair crying as he takes off his kid and play hair. He's like, I got to do something. Eddie Griffith runs forever to get down there, and it ultimately is just useless. Some man doesn't even look at him and beats his ass.
Breaks
Yeah,
his
it also
arm.
it weirdly looks like Eddie Griffin is in the apartment next door, but somehow shows him running for 3 blocks to get
Well,
there.
I think he tried to run away first and then grew a spine as he came out the side door and was like, I
is
guess
that?
It's like, no, I gotta be better than Jeff.
So now Simon just gets a gun and he's going to shoot Jeff. When James Earl Jones throws a vinyl record from his second or third story window right into Simon's arm, I think your arm's donezo after that. I don't know. I've never been hit with a vinyl record, but those have some weight to them.
I'm pretty sure it wouldn't shatter like that.
At least it wasn't a blue eyes white dragon.
But
Yeah.
he threw that like
I don't know.
Gambit.
it probably would have shattered.
All I'm saying is, he drops the gun, but I think he'd at least get cut or something. I don't,
yeah.
So whatever. So now James Earl Jones goes to retreat his big ass head back in through the window and gets stuck, like you do. And then, Dr. Dre and Squirrel come by and steal Simon's gun and throw it away. So now Simon's like, the rest of my gang has guns, so he's like, Golden Lords, and he makes the gun symbol, and all his other guys draw guns. And the guns, one by one, get telekinetically yoinked out of their hands by a empowered Cosby, who is holding a meteor, using his telekinesis to snatch up some firearms.
Cosby cosmic powers.
Yeah. So at this point, besides pointing out the obvious of the true villain in this movie is playing the hero, basically.
Yeah.
But this man, as a homeless man who's just been hanging out in an alley with some dogs, is now using this bit of crystal he has with him to be more effective and more powerful than the guy who had the larger chunk fused into his fucking chest.
Yeah.
It's more effective when it's in a coffee can.
I want
It
a
amplifies
re-edit
its
of the
Apparently.
scene where instead of Bill Cosby with the meteor, it's Tyrone Biggums. And he would just steal their crack. And then he's just like, bye, y'all. And he's out.
Got what I came here
Yeah,
for.
it smashes through a wall on the way out.
That's better.
So,
No, it restores his sanity by having it not only in a coffee can, but it's surrounded by Donnie.
so now the whole neighborhood charges out with frying pans. We're throwing taters. There's a wide
Least
shot with some
effective thing to throw at somebody.
tragically bad choreography on this wide shot of people fighting. And then this one woman does the wind up throw and hucks a potato out the window with no accuracy, just knocks the meteor fragment out of Cosby's
I
hands.
don't know. I think maybe she was aiming for it. You know what I mean?
I was probably aiming for his junk.
Yeah.
But Jeff and Simon jump for it. They each grab it at the same time. It makes some questionable special effects and explodes. Funny faces ensue. They're both stuck to cars. They slammed into them so hard they left little face mark outlines on
They're
there.
stuck to cars while standing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
peel themselves off the
It's so
cars.
awkward and terrible.
Yeah.
And now we're just having a super powered fight, which you'd think would be cool.
No,
Oh, they
no.
make it worse.
Yeah. we're fighting with metal poles.
Because
Because he throws them through a plumber truck that is, of course, full of pipes.
Yeah, so like they can both fly now, so they're both up in the air,
No,
like doing,
no,
and they're
one of-
super fast. So
One of
they're-
them walks onto a car.
they're not super fast, like shooting around.
No,
like speed
he's
of light.
higher than everyone else on the car, so he does kind of have a little advantage.
There's a
he's-
lot of really cool
The
rope
high
work, though,
ground.
right?
No,
But-
no.
But Robert Townsend's like, hey, I've been doing this longer than you, kid, and shooting him with his laser eyes because he doesn't know he can do that yet.
No, he implies that Anakin, I have the high ground.
Is he like throwing dudes into buildings or?
No, he himself gets thrown through a bookmobile.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Well,
Yeah.
he does have the power to
He
read
does.
for a little bit.
He does first use it to read a Jeet Kune Do book.
Oh, and that,
You know,
that's pretty cool.
Bruce Lee, the
And
way
so
he
he
fights.
becomes like a really good, like the choreography probably steps up big
And
time.
because
at
he-
that
I mean,
point.
it steps up.
And because
he-
he can move real
Baby
fast,
steps, but-
he corners the main bad guy first, right? As priority.
He stands there while Tiny Lister kicks his own ass against him.
Okay.
Oh, but he does like put the book in his pocket so he can keep those powers.
Oh no,
for the
no!
duration
30
of the-
seconds. He drops the book and loses it.
Oh, okay.
He does spend most of the time watching a kid do a karate kata at him.
Oh.
Karate Kenny, I think they called him, or Karate Kevin. He then
Blows
and
him.
I can't say the sentence any other way. He blows the kid so hard that he runs away.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how to rephrase that.
Yeah, no, he blew that teenager.
Yeah. And the kid's like, "Screw this! I'm going home."
Speaking of blowing so hard
didn't
that
sign
you
up for
run
this.
away, what happens next?
The book wears off,
Okay.
but he still has the superpowers.
But he picks it up again, right?
He does pick up what he thinks is that book.
Oh,
okay.
It's not that book? Well, that's
No,
weird. I understand he doesn't remember having read it after 30 seconds, but you think he'd still remember what the book looks like,
One
having
would
held
think.
it and looked
Yeah.
at it
and
with
I
his
mean,
eyes.
he knows how to like throw a punch too.
He knows how to walk down a runway in a provocative manner.
Oh.
At least he has the common sense to throw it to Simon too,
Yes, that is true.
What?
so that Simon, also has the model knowledge.
Now,
so they have a walk
At
off.
what
I have adapted
point-
a character
At
flaw.
what
You
point
also
did
have
they
adapted a
explain
character
that the
flaw.
powers work like if you absorb the knowledge of the book means you have to
You
act
have to
out
do it,
whatever's
yes.
in the book?
That's all you know for
that,
the next
that's
30 seconds.
Yeah, that's right now. That
Okay.
we learned that right now.
Yep.
Now exclamation
And now-
point?
Do you want to
Yeah.
put that in your notes?
Well, I put
Every book's an instruction manual.
And you're right. Now in capital letters with an exclamation point.
Yeah,
That is
no.
correct.
Oh, could you imagine if he picked up Goodnight Moon?
the next power I have written down
He's already sleeping half the
is
day.
being a bitch.
So
And finally, Dog Jesus, which we'll get into. I
this
guess.
walk off degenerates into a slap fight. And again, this isn't hard. Just have him he's counting to 30 the whole time in his head. And there's a good 5 seconds from when he picked the book up to when Simon caught it and absorbed the power, where he's just punching the shit out of Simon
Yeah.
while Simon's throwing the little girly slaps. But no, they both wear off at the same time. Eddie Griffith's 30 seconds. Thank God.
And it was at this point I shouted at the screen, "This is a hell of a time to remember you're supposed to be a comedy."
Now,
Yeah.
does the dumpster thing happen after this, or did it happen?
It
already?
happens after.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So now, what you call it?
Gets
Now
ass
this is when
handed to
Simon
him.
just beats his ass, picks up the dumpster like he's gonna throw it at him, and the dog's like, "Get
Let
up,
the
Jeff."
dogs out.
I am a target.
Yeah.
Well,
and Simon looks at him and he's like, "You like that dog? I'm gonna kill it."
Well, that's the big thing because now he has
Yeah.
the powers, so he can understand the dog's trying
Yep.
to help him.
Yep.
So
Yeah, the dog is trying to help him by saying, "Stop being a bitch, please." Get
yeah,
Well, I guess this guy didn't know that talk to dogs was part of the power package, so he's just like, "That's a weird ass dog." And he throws the dumpster at it.
Why does it sound like that?
Fuck, turn it off.
So now everyone's like, "No!" And then he picks Jeff up, and he's like, "This is what I think you're, Meteor Man. I'm
He
gonna
breaks his back,
throw
right?
him onto a rooftop.
Oh,
I'm gonna put him on top of something.
away from him.
I'm gonna give him,
Away
the,
from
give
him,
him
yeah.
the high
Oh.
ground.
I'm gonna forget he exists after that too."
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I'm also
no,
going
no.
to throw him up, forgetting that he can fly.
Yep.
I also forget
Yeah.
people after I've touched them for 30 seconds.
So now Jeff is like,
That
well,
would be a better
since-
power.
He's like, I know how this goes. He's going to forget about me for like a minute. I'm going to go change. I'm going to get the
I'm
costume.
gonna put my pants on.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
make myself coffee.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be a big boy now.
And meanwhile, Simon's like, the megalomania just kicks in immediately. He's like, he tells all his gang to shoot him. And he's like, he's shaking his tush provocatively at the bullets. He's doing a little dance.
He might have still had a little of that runway book in him.
Yeah.
Someone goes, yeah, boy.
He does, I believe.
And,
Yeah, boy.
Just another reminder that now means 90s.
yes. And he's like, I want to meet with all the world leaders. I'm a new god. And then one of the guys is like, boss, look. And up on the roof, there's a Meteor Man. He's in his costume.
Oh,
Ineffectual
no.
wimp that's been ineffectual this whole time, despite having phenomenal powers.
We're like,
You know that guy you've been beating the shit out of and threw over there? Well, you still got to beat him up a little more.
yeah. He's like, you know why I didn't use my powers this whole movie to do cool things?
because I'm a bitch.
Well, because this is what my powers look like. And he does this very tragic swoop down from the roof to punch Simon.
Swoop or somebody cut out an image of
Oh,
him
and enlarged
facing
it, yeah.
Well,
forward.
it's like
Yeah.
he's slowly traveling down a kiddie slide at a playground.
No, it is like someone used Photoshop to cut him out and just dragged it across the
Yep.
screen.
Yeah,
Speaking
maybe
of talking
enlarged it a
dog,
little bit.
it is rough.
Hey.
So now
Jesus
he
Christ.
remembers, he's like, I have all these powers that Simon doesn't know about or doesn't have the imagination to use.
Because I haven't used them at all.
Yeah.
Or had
So
the
he
imagination to.
He uses the super speed to just punch the shit out of Simon and Don Cheadle and then tie them together with like an extension cord or something. And then he's like, I didn't even know I could just steal all the power from you.
Yeah.
That's a thing now.
Yeah.
Just, I'll take all your green shit and add it to my own.
I'm going to use it to jizz into so many clouds.
Just me and Cosby are the only people around here who could have the green
no,
shit.
bad idea. Bad idea.
So now,
Impregnating clouds.
the rest of the gang's like, he can't beat.
Impregnating clouds. That
Yeah.
was my girlfriend.
I mean, the rest of the gang,
her alone.
They're like, he can't beat up all of us. And objectively, they're not wrong because he's just not going to. But he
Well.
is like, which one of you is going to fight me here? You've seen what I did to your boss.
He can't emotionally beat up all of us.
Yeah.
He's not strong. Like, he's strong enough physically, but not mentally.
So they're like, is he letting us go again? Yeah, all right, let's just go.
Why?
Like,
Yeah,
let's just go.
we'll just
Like,
go.
yeah.
Again, also, you want to make this a comedy. He can't fight all of us. They don't have it in the budget. Because that's what happened here.
Yeah.
I still like that they brought in all those
Lean
trucks
into
to prevent anyone from leaving, but all of these other cars
Yeah, it doesn't stop anything.
and police cars
Yeah, it doesn't
get
stop
in.
anything or anyone.
All right, so now in the most questionable of questionable scenes, we see the baby lords, the youngest crop of the Golden Lords, are all in their little tiny suits, and these are like 6, 7-year-olds. They're little kids, and they're still standing their ground against Meteor Man. They're going to do their thing, and he uses his super speed to take off their
Disrobe
jackets
them.
and pants, just disrobe these kids.
Yeah, he nakeds a bunch of kids.
And then uses the clothes to tie them up together.
yeah, he
You sure you
kidnaps.
didn't mean take off their pants and jacket?
He did. He did. He blinked 182'd them. And he leaves the kids, asses facing out, bottoms in the breeze, around a Cosby.
Oh, no.
So he Blink 182s him, and then
Yeah.
John Wayne Gacy's him.
Yeah. And then you're just like, did that just happen? Like, we're not going to talk about that. And, like, those kids are out of the movie now. Fucking, so now he runs over.
Jeff Dunham to Jeff Dahmer.
Yeah. Everyone else is gathered around the dog. He uses his X-ray vision to see that the dog's ribs are broken. And
No
and
internal bleeding, by the way.
Yeah.
Just broken ribs. Everything else is fine.
him and radioactive Cosby use the last of their powers to save this dog. Actually, I think just Cosby. He
Just
says,
Cosby.
my powers are fading, and Cosby uses the powers to save the dog. Then the Evil League of Evil. What's that?
Also, I'm not sure Crosby uses the last of his powers. I think he's just more powerful than this dude.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Because he usually doesn't use his
All,
powers.
all he uses is the remote control power.
Yeah.
And to see underwear.
And he sleeps a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, and he sleeps a lot.
also, I don't know if you've been paying attention, but that's way more use than this fucker does.
Yes.
Well, no, he stands there and gets shot a lot.
He graded a lot of papers.
Yeah, he graded a lot of papers, gets shot a lot, gets
Fair enough.
punched a
So now,
lot.
the Evil League of Evil arrives, drives around the 18-wheeler that's
Evil
supposed
League
to
of
trap
Evil.
them in
And
here.
through it.
And through.
Yeah.
Well, not yet. That's
No?
a different person.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So-
You're right.
They show up, and it's a diverse group of people with firearms pointed at Meteor Man, and the rest of the neighborhood runs inside. And they're like, "We're gonna kill you." When just Cypress Hill and Naughty by Nature crashed through the 18-wheeler, almost like they were just driving badly, like it wasn't their intention to come save the day.
Reminds me of that other movie where they burst out of crates with the cars.
Oh yeah, Dark Man. But they're just like, where are we? Oh, okay, that's Meteor Man. So they come out and they're like, hey, you should go on a vacation because
Put your guns down. We'll
Yeah.
talk it out.
and
Work for us.
they're like, look up in the sky. We arranged the crypts, red, blue, and they all have assault rifles pointed at you.
I made a Valentine's Day rhyme.
Yeah, and I did think about well, they're rappers, So then the evil
card
John
you want.
Ratzenberger is like, all right, we're going out. I'm going on vacation. I'm going to go. Oh, the cops are here. I guess we're arrested. And the guy from Cypress Hill's like, if you ever need us, we'll show up. Also, we're not going anywhere. This is our neighborhood now. You don't have powers.
Yeah, we're not actors either, so it's gonna be
Yeah.
real,
And then
real bad to listen to.
like some music starts up and like Meteor Man just looks at the camera. It's over.
Yeah.
There's no
Hey,
resolutions here. There's
I did nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, the neighborhood is arguably in worse shape than it was when the movie started.
Arguably,
Well,
there's like trash cars everywhere. It's graffitied. Everything's on
Yeah, but
fire.
Everything's gold.
One of the streets has a fault through it.
true.
Well,
But for all we know, the Bloods and the Crips could like start a new community. They could
Sure,
really
yeah.
get things turned around.
Probably, yeah.
Actually,
Who knows?
The next
And
5
Meteor
minutes
Man-
is just them shooting down into the alleyway.
Meteor Man will have had nothing to do with that other than
Yep.
Well, they actually made a deal with
Putting
the
his
cops,
hand
so now
out to
they're all
them.
making cocaine.
oh, there you go.
Well, that's what it was. They had a conversation.
Yeah.
And the cops were like, look, if we see you doing bad things, we have to arrest you.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, well then we'll do bad things where you're not.
Yeah, we'll tell you where we're going to do bad things.
Yeah, and you guys don't be
You
there.
don't go there, but
Yeah.
we'll give you a cut. You
And
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
So basically set up like a new mob and they're good.
It's like LA, you know.
And thus ends the tale of the Meteor Man. Tony, what does Rotten Vanity Projects have to say about Meteor Man?
Oh, this was
Nothing
almost a
good.
critical failure.
It was. So critics gave this a total of 27%. Audience gave this a score of 37%.
You know it's bad when it's a 37% audience score.
Yeah.
that's
That's not good.
that's not good. But that's just their thoughts and opinions. What about you and yours, Brick?
It's it's an innocent feel good fairy tale about solving problems. No, it's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
It is a fairy tale in the sense that they are trying to make the point of like, you don't have to be violent to solve massive political and other unrest. Well, not even political, but like inner city unrest with gangs.
You can
And-
solve really complex problems by ignoring them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just ignore them until they go away.
It's not really don't use violence. It's just don't engage at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just totally disconnect. And then, like at the end of the movie, all the Bloods and Crips are holding guns, and that's the only reason why they win. So it's like they didn't even solve the problem they were trying to solve. It's not funny. It's just piss poor. I give it an F.
Oh, obviously, I'm not recommending. All right, John.
Yeah, I mean, unlike the last movie that we watched that was hilarious, even though it wasn't trying to be, this movie was trying to be and failed miserably. I was not amused by hardly anything about this movie. And yeah, came away wishing that I had spent my how long was this?
An hour and 40 minutes
Yeah,
with the credits.
there are so many other better things I could have done with an hour and 45 minutes.
You spent time with your friends, John.
Yeah, well, there are lots better
was
things
also
that we
here.
could have spent time doing than this. So yeah, do not recommend. You are not missing out on anything by not seeing this.
All right, Joe.
There's nothing in this movie that you need to see or experience. Everything's bad. Every character sucks. A lot of the things are just bad to the point of I just feel embarrassed for the people involved. It is a better made film than like the worst of the worst dregs that we've watched. So I'm not going to put it with like Garbage Pail Kids in that tier.
It's
But
more watchable than Garbage
It's definitely
Pail
more
Kids.
watchable, but there's absolutely no reason to. And honestly, like, at least with Garbage Pail Kids, you could say, like, I saw one of the worst movies ever made. This one, it's a boring movie, and it's just a terrible idea. It's a bad vanity project. Nothing in it is worth experiencing. So, yeah, it's an F. I think I'd say it's like a 20%. Like, this is in the critical fail range, but it's in the high critical fails. Like, it's put together as a movie, okay, but it's just, there's just nothing good.
It's coherent, but you don't care about it.
Yeah, there's nothing to get you invested at all. So yeah, I don't recommend. I'd watch Stone Cold over this. I'd watch Blank Man easily over this.
Hell yeah, Blank Man over this.
Yeah, this is one of the worst superhero movies I've ever seen.
All right, Rob.
Yeah, it's this movie is like it has the potential to be a so bad it's good movie, but it fails in that regard. It's infuriating how useless the main character is. Like all the problems could be like you give him this power set, but you don't give him proportional obstacles to use that power set against, so you end up just doing nothing with the power set. It's just a movie about a coward that he has no growth and no character arc whatsoever, just remains a coward throughout the whole film till the very end when he fights back, just because he's been backed into such a corner he has no other option. It's not because he's learned anything, or not even because they crushed his dog with a fucking dumpster. He's just a bitch the whole time, and you're just like, it's just so sad and pointless. I mean, watching him like jizz into the clouds was funny, but that's like, that's it. No, I don't recommend it. It's bad, and there are better like vanity projects that hit the so bad they're good. I'd rather watch a Neil Breen. I will say one thing about this movie is that it is like, for a bad movie, it is watchable.
Yep.
But just everything in it doesn't make sense and sucks.
Fair enough. Yeah, I won't recommend this either. Unsurprising. I can't say you're wrong in saying it's watchable, but like, I don't feel that's properly fair.
Yeah, if
to
this
it.
was what was on the TV, I'd change the channel and watch
It's
a fucking cooking show or
it's
something.
just over
this.
the line of watchable. I
Yeah,
would say
it's yeah. We've been saying this, and other people have been saying whatever. But like, it is competently made. You have a lot of great actors in it. You have some good performances from them. But and I also won't quite call it a vanity project. It fits the mold for that, but it's not.
He wrote it and directed it.
Yes,
and
yes.
and
No, I
starred in it.
understand. I understand all that, but it's not like with Neil Breen where the whole movie is, look at me, I'm supposed to be so amazing. This feels more like he's trying to say something, which is like, But, again,
Run away from your problem.
Well, no, I think the idea, not what happened, but the idea is this guy who was like, I'm running away from my problems. Oh, I have superpowers. I could save the neighborhood. Oh, no, what we really need is for the community to come together to save the neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be. That got lost
Yes.
years ago
Yes.
before they ever started filming.
It's so sad
But-
that the cringy scene in Spider-Man is actually a better representation.
Yes, I thought
of
about
it.
that while watching this too. But like that is the thing. You could tell he had an idea, he had a message, and it's again, I don't want to call it a vanity because it's not just like look at me. He is the star, but like that seems more like just because
there was a point. to
that's
it.
who he could get,
Yeah.
But there is a point to it. He wants to have a message, but it's so lost because I think part of the message being the non-violent answers, but we end it with the Crips and the
Yeah.
Bloods aiming guns at the mafia. That's what?
They undermine their own
So,
attempt at solving the problem.
Yeah. It's the message is very much lost, but I appreciate the attempt. But yeah, I can't say it's worth watching. So, no, just no.
Just don't watch it.
Do we want to go with Blank Man?
I don't remember Blank Man well enough
It's
to.
better
Are
than
you
this.
drawing a blank,
Yes.
man?
I don't remember Blank Man.
Well, Blank Man was a contemporary movie to this, where it was more of a take on like just a really ghetto Batman
Yeah.
Yeah.
compared
but-
to a Superman kind of story.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I will say with the comparisons with Stone Cold, it also shows you how much better it is when someone attempts to make a movie, like an action movie, and fails, and how funny that can be, versus someone who tries to make a comedy and fails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause,
I don't know what to recommend. I don't care. Just watch something else.
watch the first Spider-Man.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. So why not?
All right. What's next for our?
It's Tony's
little-
role, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Yes, it is. All right.
Tony's turn to
Superhero comedy. What about Kick-Ass?
I want to be
Never seen it.
sedated.
Oh,
Isn't that the one with the kid?
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
Sure is.
Just like
All
this
right.
one was.
Well, I'm gonna roll the Golden Lords
D20
here.
of fate. D20 of fate.
That's a 10. Wow. Okay. 10.
Got 2 digits.
Oh,
to
what
it.
happens?
That's an interesting
I
one.
was surprised by that.
Number 10 is 1989's Pet Cemetery.
I have
Oh.
never seen this before.
It's
1989.
Yeah, not the new
Okay.
one.
Good.
Yeah. I did say that, right?
Yep.
You did.
1999.
I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Before I got
don't, I
upset.
don't think the new one's on the list. I would hope
Hope not.
not. Yeah, it is a movie.
Nailed it.
I haven't seen it in a
All
long
right.
time. I don't
Done.
know,
That's enough.
I know it has an
Let's go.
undead cat
Yeah, it's got,
and
yeah.
possibly an undead
That
child.
little kid, yeah.
And Fred
Little creepy kid, and yeah, Herman Munster.
Miko
Now,
Hughes.
oh yeah, Miko
Why?
Hughes.
See, why do I know this shit?
Because you're a movie guy. All right,
Anyway.
peeps and poops and everybody in between. We are blowing this crack house and everyone in it. So join us next time for Pet Cemetery.
Whether you like it or not, your dick's getting sucked.
Oh, yeah. Going full Cosby on your ass.
that's why I was
yeah.
sampling Kool-Aid.
Yeah, sorry guys. He is a terrible monster. All right. Thanks for listening. Subscribe, whatever. Goodbye. Bye everybody.
Arrivederci.
Whoa.
Keep it chilly.
Keep it chilly and jerk it silly. Hey everybody, thanks so much for listening. If you enjoyed the episode, please subscribe, and if possible, leave a review. If you have questions, comments, or would like to sponsor an episode, email us at the4ampodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to support the show, you can buy a t-shirt, hoodie, and more at Teespring. Or gain access to exclusive content by becoming a patron at patreon.com/4ampodcast. Thanks again for listening. See you next time.